What's up with the GLA double dollar sign Eastside? That's right, Glasses Malone. And you can check me out on my homeboy, the Bootleg Kev podcast. Kicking these facts, man, because Kev tripping. Everything ain't a classic, Kev.
He's a liar. All right, guys, Glasses Malone is on the show. We have his new album.
Cancel These Nuts.
Cancel These Nuts.
Yeah.
It's here.
Scribble, yeah.
Got the hard copies.
Old school.
Yo,
really
I haven't
nice.
seen a real, dope CD in a while.
It's really dope, too. We did a team. We really put that together, and it's nice. Came out so nice.
Oh, yeah.
It's really
This
nice.
is a real CD.
Yeah. Replicated.
And people can go online and get the autograph version?
TheCripStore.com.
I like that. Now, let me ask you something. When you do
TheCripStore.com.
something called theCripStore.com, are there other Crips that feel some type of way that they're... Because, there's
So many Crips.
There's Crip Cola.
Sure.
There was the Crips.
Shout out to Mike.
There was the Crips that claimed, Crip LLC, that tried to sue Nipsey's.
Yeah, that was funny.
So you have the Crip Store. Does anyone own the Crips
I don't know.
on the business side?
I don't know. I wouldn't even really worry about it. I wouldn't even think twice about
It
it.
seems like a non-Crip thing to do.
The Crip Store?
No. I'm saying like a non-Crip thing to do, to be like, I trademarked that.
It's definitely a non-Crip thing to do. I don't know any Crips actively looking to copyright that term, the Crips. I just would say it's just a bit broad. I think most Crips look at it like it's just a broad concept. We all, being right in the eye of the storm, we all understand Cripping is a much more diverse thing, and everybody has their own claim to it as far as Los Angeles goes, and now across the world.
I listened to the album. My favorite is the 21 Stimmy Flow.
That's tight.
I liked Us with D Smoke.
That was dope.
One of the guys, LA Giants had it. LA Giants are on that record, right?
Yep, it was both of them, Joey and
The
Deuce.
first verse that they did was super dope. When they were like, Kendall Jenner wouldn't have her lips.
Yeah, that's Joey Westside.
Yeah, he killed that shit.
Yeah,
I
he
was
was
like,
dope.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and he went right before Cam, and that's right within West Coast Cam's wheelhouse. My OG,
Shout out West
my
Coast
big
Cam.
bro, yeah, that's his wheelhouse. So for Joey to go, he got off.
Yeah, no, he did his thing, man. Album is dope. It's kind of like it feels like a little, obviously it's your album, but you obviously have the LA Giants heavily intertwined throughout the project.
Yeah, they just fit what was going on at the time.
Are they like Blue Division?
No, they got their own label, Giant Life.
Okay.
I just market their stuff.
Okay.
So I mean, I guess they are Blue Division to some degree, but really it was about helping them build their own thing.
Yeah. You took a liking to them and wanted to help.
I've been knowing them probably 20 years.
Right.
You know what I mean? I've always liked them, but I just think God created a space. Forgive me for getting all extra spiritual, but he created a space, and I realized we had so many things in common this late in our life. Right. And so, we just started working, and they was talking about jumping on records, and as long as they had fun, and they end up being like way better, you know what I mean, than I ever could have thought. Like I would have never thought walking into it, we was gonna be making this many records.
Right. Are we rolling? Yeah. Okay. We were talking. My cord cut out. We're talking about the LA Giants. Obviously, they're all over the project.
Yeah. They just fit. We the same type of. What's crazy is because all of these artists I've worked with, I can't say everybody had as much of an LA experience as I have. Right. Everybody hasn't been a gangbanger. If they have, they haven't had a lowrider, been on Crenshaw. If they have, maybe they never sold dope.
Right.
Or if they have, maybe they never street raced. You know, maybe they never functioned. The LA Giants was like the first acts that I worked with to me that did all of the same LA things that I did.
Including risk your life for some good chicken.
Yes, yeah, it's fucking true.
Which is song number 7.
Yeah, Jim Dandy. But it's like that in so many different places. It's funny because that's like a TV show I'm finishing up. I wrote and I'm finna shoot. Van Lathan, a couple of homies helping me to produce it. But dying at your own risk, that's the experience in LA.
Yeah, there are always people who are like, yo, man, there's some great, because what's the OG Louisiana chicken is where?
In A-Tray.
And it's like, if you're over there, it's dangerous.
But that's how it is. So Jim Dandy's and Denver Lane Bloods, right? Then you have Hawkins, and across the street from the Nickerson Gardens, the Bonnianas. Louis, the best chili cheese fries in Compton, is right in the mob hood. You just kind of got to figure out how to get to all of these places and get away with it.
And when you go, you gotta like really just not have on your stuff, right? Like you would just.
I'm past that. People knew who I was.
I mean, people know who you are.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's been a long time. They could smell a Crip. Like people could smell gangbanging. Other gangbangers could smell other gangbangers. That's why if they like hit you up, like, oh, where you from? Be like, oh man, who's your mama? Where you live? Where you grew up? And like, they'll smell out. They could tell.
Yeah, I mean, I've always Head always tells me, and I don't know if this is good advice or bad advice, but he said if I ever end up somewhere, and I have a couple of times where I was getting gas somewhere and I called Head. This happened like he posted it on Instagram because I hit him and I was like, "Yo, I'm right here. Am I good to get something to eat? I'm getting gas." And he's like, "What the fuck are you doing there?"
Yeah.
But Head would always say, he's like, yo, if you end up somewhere and you get banged on, just start acting like real frantic, like you're in the middle of a crazy fight with your girl and you got lost. Like, man, my bad, bro. Sorry, man, I'm fucking fighting with my bitch, bro. I don't know what the fuck.
Because that's a universal masculine thing.
Right.
We all be like, oh, man.
I just got caught cheating. This bitch is tripping, bro.
Man, he be like, oh, man.
She fucking had me get out the car.
My bad, bro. Do your thing.
Yeah, man, my bad. That's what Head says.
It's true. It works.
He's like, just act like you're in the middle of a crazy fight with your girl. You don't know where you're at. And, get on your phone and, like, it should be all right.
Yeah. Now, for the most part, it's okay. I mean, gangbangers, the most underrated part about gangbanging is they're pretty understanding.
Yeah.
If they sober.
If they're sober.
It's like most humans.
That's like, hey, I was about to say that's a pretty general statement for the world.
But gangbanging, it get worse when, you drunk because you get super powered and people be charged up.
Yeah, like my wife, when she gets mad, if she's drunk and mad.
It's over.
It's over.
It's another
and
level.
She's Latina. Oh,
yeah, that's Spanish cuss word. Spanish cuss word.
Yeah, there's a lot of Spanish cuss words I've been called. Yeah. Okay, so if someone gets your CD physically and they look at the back, you have, obviously you got West Coast Cam, you got Sugar Free. Shout out to Sugar Free, the legend. I need you to help me get connected with him, please.
Sure, I got you.
But then you also have Samuel L. Jackson and the Notorious B.I.G. listed as features.
Yeah.
Explain both.
I just feel like it's always weird when you looking at a track list and then somebody's voice pop up. You're like, who the fuck is that? Mm-hmm. And I just put that there. Like, obviously on Spotify, I didn't try to infringe on their audiences, but I wanted people to know that voice you hear is going to be Biggie's, or this voice is going to be
Samuel Jackson,
Martin Luther King, or Samuel Jackson, or
that's fair.
Cedric the Entertainer.
You also have the guy who plays Jesus in the music video for
Slink Johnson.
Yeah, shout out to Slink Johnson.
Yeah.
He did a really good job on Freddie Gibbs' album too. He kind of was like he did one of the skits on his album, and he did great on your music video.
Yeah.
What's it say? Something for the bitches.
Something for bitches. Yeah.
Something for the bitches.
Something for bitches. Yeah.
Which is an ode to.
It's weird because there's a
men with bedazzled anklets.
That and just straight men impeding on women's beauty standards in the first place, completely, top to bottom.
I tell them all the time.
Straight men.
Cyrus, my shooter over there, got 2 earrings in.
That, what's funny? That 30, 40 years ago, that would have been looked frowned at. 20 years ago, that's normal.
Mm-hmm. When I was growing up, my dad used to always tell me, if you have an earring on a certain side, it meant that you were gay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, like the right side.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you have both, it's like what girls do.
Yeah, that's true.
And then
that used to be that way.
That used to be that way. Then R. Kelly kicked that down because he had them things, him and AI. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But no, this album in general, because listen, man, if y'all don't follow Glasses on Twitter, he's one of the most frustrating, entertaining follows ever. There are very few things that so me and you, it's funny because I'm getting ready to redo the whole set, and a lot of my set is going to be dedicated. I bought a Doggy Style on vinyl, the OG vinyl.
That's good.
And I bought the OG cassette. I have had 3 copies of the CD
That's a
from
good
when I
one.
was a kid.
That's a good one.
But you and I are very aligned with some hip-hop opinions.
Some, very, very some.
And
4 out of 10.
most of the ones that we're very passionately dug in on have to do with Snoop and have to do with Doggy Style. Because Doggy Style is the most important hip-hop album in my entire life.
Sure. And it's the greatest one of all hip-hop.
And I kind of have like a 3 album where I could be like, this is my GOAT album, right?
Sure.
It's Illmatic, it's Doggy Style, it's probably Get Rich or Die Trying. In any order that those could be 1, 2, or 3 on
sure.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, whatever. But Doggy Style is the most important in my life.
That's fair.
And in my opinion, Snoop Dogg, somehow, while being the most famous rapper in the world, by far,
Still underrated.
he's underrated.
Yes, agreed.
How is this a possibility? By the way, my bucket list interview, I hit his guy Kev once a month. And I'm like, dude, I'll go
It's
to the.
coming.
It's my bucket list all-time interview. If I can interview Snoop, I might cry because I want to explain to him me getting doggy style on accident changed the path of my life. But how is Snoop still underrated?
How does that happen? Well, he's the greatest hip hop artist of all time, right? But if you favor certain styles, maybe Snoop won't fit that style. So immediately he's from the West, so that's going to immediately take credit from the cornerstone of hip hop in New York or the East Coast. That's going to be a cornerstone issue that he's not from the East. He's from the West. His style is like a one-off. You know what I mean? To me, it's like a descendant of like Short and LL Cool J. Super smooth. You know what I mean? But you can see he's such a hip-hop kid. Like, first videos, you can see the special ed in his movements, how he moved and how smooth he was. I think the majority of it is, one, he's from the West Coast and not from the East. Two would probably be he's alive. He's alive.
That's real shit.
You know what I mean? He's alive. And that's really important, which is even greater because you look at him now and he's probably like still the most recognizable, you know, rapper on the planet.
No, I do say that. I say there's certain artists that if, God forbid, they passed away, would shoot to the greatest of all. And I really think that about Kendrick. Like, I tell people, like,
oh, yeah.
We really kind of don't appreciate Kendrick like we should because if he passed away tomorrow for whatever reason, he's the GOAT. He's at least like solidified in that conversation in the same way we talk about Pac and Biggie.
It's really dope. And I try not to comment on Dot because, you know, Dot is my friend and somebody I love to death.
You guys have done records together?
Way deeper.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This nigga really my partner. But it's like he's also a generation under mine. So I have to listen to a lot of younger people tell me versus me giving my... Because I have niggas that I'm looking like, Scarface. You know what I'm saying?
Sure love Scarface, yeah.
It's like, as much as I love Dot, it's like Scarface. You know what I mean? He raised me. Dot is like...
Well, I would just say because like we put Biggie in certain conversations based on 2 albums. When he was alive, we got 2 albums from Biggie.
That's them albums is shit.
No, those albums are incredible. But what I'm saying is, if you look at just like
if something happened to Dot, it'd be frantic. It'd be frantic. It would probably reshape hip hop at that point permanently.
Yeah. I think unfortunately people sometimes when they leave prematurely, they get appreciated more, and I think we've seen that happen a lot of time and time again over the last decade.
Or their spirit can be free to roam about the cabin.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of times we don't get into, like even with Nip, right? I always felt like people look at gangbangers and feel like I can't relate.
Right.
Even though, like, you know, niggas is regular human beings, but they can't relate. And I think it became so important for people to get what he was on when he passed away because it made him mortal.
Right.
People really look at gangbanging like a He-Man sport, like, oh man, if they die, I don't care, or you know, or they can't die, or they did something to die, or they in prison, you know.
Right.
Versus some dude just really running a business and having a problem and somebody taking his life. And I think there's nothing more human than that. So I think that's what happened with him.
Well, back to the Snoop thing. I think what happened with Snoop was when we look at things through like a biased hip hop, you know, I guess goggle, because for whatever reason, a lot of the tastemakers in hip hop over the years have been very East Coast biased.
I mean, they from New York.
I think if you think of like Doggy Style, I think Snoop's early on contractual shit got in the way of him probably being looked at in the same way we look at Nas, or I wouldn't even say Nas, because Nas had some issues with his discography, but let's say Jay-Z, right? Because I think Dogfather was an album I enjoyed, but it wasn't Doggy Style. And then there was the kind of the disconnection with Death Row, and then he went to No Limit, and then that first No Limit album was forgettable. No Limit Top Dog was my shit. I love that.
Sure.
I love The Last Meal. The Last Meal was my shit. But I think like it's almost like we kind of lost some years of peak Snoop in the way that we because obviously the Dr. Dre relationship dissolves, so that mattered a lot. You know what I mean? And then he has this other run in the middle of his
with Pharrell.
career with
That's
Pharrell and the
insane.
Blue Carpet Treatment and Rhythm and Gangsta.
Really
and all
great
this
records
shit.
that we don't talk
Oh my
about.
God, that we just like forget about.
Sure.
Yeah, even that whole album he did with Pharrell, was it called Bush?
Yeah.
Was dope as fuck.
Yeah.
So I just think that like, man, for whatever reason, like we really didn't get to really enjoy like peak Snoop Dogg in the way that we should have because of things that were probably outside of his control. Because there was the murder trial.
So let's actually clear frame. Like let's not talk about what we reading on Wikipedia. Let's go by what really happened, right? In 1992, we got the first Snoop Dogg album. No disrespect to Dr. Dre.
The Chronic.
That's the first Snoop Dogg album.
Fair enough.
Shout out to Dre, Big Brother.
Snoop's coming out party.
He's on 14 of the 15 records.
Correct.
He wrote pretty much the record.
Right.
That's the first Snoop album, The Chronic. Then Doggy Style drops.
That was 94, right?
That's 93.
93, okay.
Then Doggy Style is such a big deal. It sells 870,000 albums in the first week, 890,000 the second week, right? Which 50 came and did again, right? That happens. It's so impactful. It forces a change on the whole game. It turned like, people get mad when I say this, but Tupac had to become more of a gangster rapper because of this album.
Yeah.
That's why you go get Thug Life because of Dog Pound. You go get some 40 Crips.
Yeah.
Right? Ice Cube has to become more of a songwriter. He was already a decent songwriter, but he was a fucking masterful pen MC. But then he has to kind of structure his style to make more records because Dog is destroying
everybody.
everything on the radio, right? Boom. So like he shifts the game. Like he totally, which is what a classic is, it shifts the game, right? And you just boom. Then it's such an impactful album. One song spawns a whole nother album in 94. Murder was the case.
Yeah.
That's so much the shit it sells triple platinum. Right? So that's 92, The Chronic, right, which is a Snoop album. 93, which is Doggy Style, which is obviously Snoop's debut. 94, which is Murder Was a Case, that's off a Snoop album. 95, his group comes out.
Yeah.
He's on 7 or 8 of those records.
Right.
Dog Food.
Yeah.
Dog
Classic
Pound.
album.
Right?
I think it's a classic album.
It's for sure a West Coast classic.
I think it's a classic album.
I'm not going to debate that. But
we're going to get to some debates about
yes,
some
we
classic
are.
albums.
Yes, we are. But so we got shit 92, 93, 94, 95. Dre's leaving. So Dre leaves. So DJ Pooh steps in and attempts to finish Dogfather in 96. So what happened is we actually did get to enjoy Snoop. Snoop carried Death Row.
For sure.
On his back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then Pac came, and that's why I always get upset at that argument where Pac was jealous, Snoop was jealous of Pac. Man, this nigga been carrying the world's greatest, most impactful record label. Cash Money is probably hip-hop's greatest label, but he was carrying the most impactful label.
At that time.
You know what I mean? Of all time as far as impact.
Impact?
Yeah. Right? Because this is the birth of gangster rap at the highest level.
Yeah, and then the tree, I always say, like, if you look at the Dr. Dre tree, you look at the Snoop tree, you look at the Suge Knight tree.
Sure, everything came from that, right? So he carries it on his back, and then finally Snoop, right? So Pac comes home, and then boom, now you got another star. It's like the Warriors and Kevin Durant.
Right.
You get another star. You get this guy from the Thunder
like
that's
Devin
been
Booker
hooping.
and Kevin Durant.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like not like that, but it's like KD from the Thunder coming to the Warriors.
Right.
Like
Devin
Snoop and Steph
Booker
Curry,
and
he
KD,
just ran every day, right? So boom.
Yeah.
And then so then he comes over, and now you like, oh, I ain't got to do all the work.
Right.
And then Pac comes and y'all give him all the records, y'all help, y'all give him the best beats, and he puts up. He puts up them nigga out there and finals MVP.
Puts up 50. Like
Easy,
KD.
easy work.
But
boom.
Snoop, Steph Curry.
But yeah, right? And he just like, do your thing.
Yeah.
And then he still has to put out another album in 96. So we get albums from Snoop in 92, 93, 94, 95, and Dogfather in 96. So when Dre is leaving, Pac dies, says Frantic Madness, still a Snoop album is needed to, carry the banner because you got Machiavelli at this point. So those 3 records, All Eyes on Me, Machiavelli, and Dogfather. Dogfather produced by DJ Pooh, does most of the heavy lifting. They don't really get a chance to finish it because we got to get this album out. Pac passed, we got to get this album out. We always got enough of Snoop. It's literally just, it's like it's survivor's guilt. Like he lives a survivor's lifestyle where he survived the craziest shit, and he's right here, so we don't really appreciate him.
Yeah, I think when we think of like Snoop albums, we think of he doesn't get credit for the Chronic, obviously.
But if you think about it, the main song from the Chronic that we celebrate, who's on the song?
Snoop.
And that's how it's been the whole time.
I don't disagree.
Even the Dog Food, what's the main song?
Snoop's on it. Yeah.
New York.
New York. Yeah. Great video. Caused a lot of
man just carrying all the weight, man.
So I would just say like I just think that like unfortunately and this is kind of like a very convenient way to look at things. It's like, damn, the what if of like if they would have somehow kept that nucleus together for like another 2 or 3 years. You know what I'm saying? Like
something I'm gonna say, man, it was born out of trauma. Like Death Row was born out of trauma. It was born out of a situation with Eazy-E, you know what I mean, that probably wasn't a real enough situation for it for them to break up, but it was born out of like all street urban culture. You know what I mean? So we got what we got. So we just got to be grateful. We got that 4 years of incredibleness.
And a lot more after that.
Yeah, because we did get the Daz album. That was pretty cool.
Great album. Shout out to Daz, man. Also one of the greatest producers.
I'm mad we never got the Corrupt produced Dr. Dre album.
True.
The Dr. Dre produced Corrupt album.
That Dre doing the beats, that'd have been crazy.
Imagine that drops in 98.
But even then, what's crazy about Corrupt is like somehow like I think Streets is a Mother is like, I mean, one of the most underrated.
It's Fred. Fucking Fred. It's fucking Fred Rex.
Fred Rex.
Fantastic,
oh, that
man.
fucking album is so hard.
Ups and downs. Like the shit Fred does crazy. Fred is just nasty, and he really don't get enough credit. But sonically,
Shout out Fred
like
Rex.
I had to call him probably about 5 months ago. I was like, dog, you like really cry. I don't know how are you doing that, but even his sonics separate completely different.
Yeah,
so
Fred Rex
I think Snoop is just disrespected because he's from the West, and two, he survived.
And I think his level of celebrity got to a place where most people stopped looking at him as a rapper and almost started looking at him more as like a cultural figure and like just an entertainer. Like,
which is why I say he's the greatest hip hop artist, because when you understand hip hop and street urban culture, there is no greater representation of culture than Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, like Snoop is like
this nigga's a Crip that was Crip walking on.
He's done things that no artist, like no rapper has ever done.
And will never do.
And will never do, yeah.
30, not a hip hop artist. Maybe like a Drake, somebody who's not of per se the culture.
Artist, yeah.
No, he's not.
Okay.
We're not gonna do that. He's
Drake's
not of the street urban culture. You can't listen to music.
So is Eminem not a hip hop artist?
He's from Detroit.
Okay.
He's from the ghetto.
Okay.
Drake is from a middle class Canadian neighborhood.
So if someone comes from a middle class family, they're not hip hop.
No.
So so you're telling me, in your eyes, you have to be
from a street urban community, yes.
In order to be considered hip hop.
Hip hop is the first genre of music. Forgive me, because I know everybody better be listening to pop. Like, God, you can't kick me. It's not the point. I'm saying hip hop is street urban artistic expression.
So I mean, we could probably really nitpick this discussion and then
I'm going. Yeah, I'm going.
No.
And Drake's been popped.
He's saying Drake is kind of pop. That's a different statement. But to say
somebody in my top five.
Okay,
somebody is in my top five. I've had that, and I'm glad you said that.
Kanye West did not grow up in the hood.
And I've been thinking this whole time.
His mother was a teacher.
And I've been thinking this whole time, I was like, is he really? Because I think as much as he's in my top five and I appreciate him, I think he is the problem.
Do you think Diddy is hip hop? Puff Daddy?
No, Puff is an executive.
So you don't think Puff Daddy is hip hop?
No, I think Puff put out hip hop X.
But he is hip hop.
I don't know if
he's responsible for so much history
so
in
is Jimmy
hip-hop.
Iovine.
Yeah, but Diddy's produced records.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Has he really?
In the same way Quincy Jones has produced records, yes.
Really?
He puts the right people together in the right room.
Forgive me, Diddy, Puff. My bad. Look, I don't know, but Kanye has been my greatest dilemma. But if you think about it, right, this is gonna sound crazy. So Kanye is in my top five because I love, I think the world of Kanye.
Yeah.
There were times I've expressed to Charlamagne, I think Kanye is a prophet for a living. So I think this much of him. But if you think about it, his first single, like he got into a car crash.
Great record.
Like an all-American car crash with insurance.
Yeah, but what's wrong with that?
It's nothing. It's like Madonna could have made that song.
That's not true.
Yes, it's a middle class song about a man getting into a car accident with insurance.
So you're saying there can't be middle class raps?
Yes, Drake is a fantastic rapper. Fantastic. Nonstop is my shit. But that don't mean they are hip hop, street urban culture. Now, a lot of people disagree with me. Some people are like, well, as long as you practice what them niggas do, then you're one of those niggas. But you know how I feel about that. But my point is, with Kanye,
You would kick out like half of hip hop.
Fast.
Then you'd say you aren't hip hop.
Fast. Because I'm going to tell you why. Because look what happened to rock and roll.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't a nigga in sight. Look what happened to jazz. Because soon as you start letting everybody in the door, guess who getting kicked out first?
I don't think that's ever going to happen in hip hop.
Guaranteed.
They've tried.
It's only been 50 years. They've been putting out records for 40. It's guaranteed to happen.
I'm not sure. There's, you know what's funny is I've always thought to myself, like, who's the white? You know, like who's the white that's like the white of whites in hip hop that like can actually make this thing work, like and like sustainable long time. Let's get rid of Eminem because Eminem is an alien.
Yeah.
He's like a anomaly in the world.
40 years ago, Eminem would have been a punk rock hit.
It's Eminem, by the way. Yeah. Right? If you were to say it, it's Eminem.
But we had this conversation. Hip hop and punk rock are brothers, stepbrothers.
Right.
Right? Same father, oppression and poverty, different mothers, the area, the earth.
Because there's a lot of artists who have families that went to college that had middle class jobs.
There's a lot of people from the ghetto that went to college.
No, at middle class areas. Little Yachty.
Yeah, but do you look at Little Yachty and be like, oh, that's a hip hop guy?
Yeah.
No, you just only feel like that because he raps.
No, I think he's hip hop for sure.
Yeah, but I'm saying because he raps.
I also think he's also contributed a lot to culture. He wrote City Girls Act Up. He kind of kicked off low key this whole.
Yeah, but so did Jimmy Iovine. It's a lot of other people.
Yeah, but not in the same way. Jimmy Iovine. What song did Jimmy Iovine write?
But that's not. Again, there's people outside of the culture who have wrote cultured songs.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Because I feel that there has been,
and I'm not saying I know of Lil Yachty's hip hop. I don't know Lil Yachty.
There has been an uptick in
completely.
In what?
It's a complete takeover of middle class people. Ever since the blog era happened.
Yes.
Soon as college kids started dictating what was cool within street urban culture, you seen the change. Yeah, because it became the guys that they could deal with.
Yeah, but to me, that's still hip hop.
That's not. That's just music. Hip hop is the culture. Like if you don't talk,
it is the culture.
If you don't talk like us, how are you hip hop?
And there's the 5 elements of hip hop.
No. Those are expressions. How you express the culture.
So, I just think that like if you look at a guy, I'm trying to think of a guy. You said the blog era, so I'm just trying to think.
Kanye is the greatest conversation, and as one of my favorite guys, and as one of your favorite guys.
Yeah, and Kanye is probably the most influential artist of the last, 30 years.
Who did he influence?
Travis Scott. People. Travis Scott is hip hop.
Middle class people. I don't even think Travis Scott considers himself hip hop.
That's not true.
I don't think so.
Did you listen to the drums on the new album?
Again, drums are not exclusive to hip hop.
I know, but just
they've been having hard drums and house and a lot of other stuff that hip hop birthed.
Okay, so outside of,
but I'm not. I haven't studied all of those guys to say their shit. Specifically, I've been saying this about Kanye, and I think that's why.
I mean, Kanye did influence a sound that kind of. I mean, him and Just Blaze, fingerprints all over the blueprint.
It's really Bink though.
It's who?
Bink.
Well,
Bink started it. Everybody started following Bink.
Okay, so if you listen to the blueprint, right?
Yeah.
And then after the blueprint, everyone started sampling.
But it's all based off Bink.
Okay.
It's important to know this truth. And they'll all tell
I think that's an opinion, though.
No, this is a fact.
I don't think you can say that like Just Blaze and Kanye weren't chopping up samples before Bink was.
They wasn't doing it the way they were doing it on the blueprint before Bink. That style, that sound that was birthed out of that is Bink.
Well, the credit goes to
Bink.
I'm saying the general public would credit the blueprint as the album that kicked off a sonic wave of like people sampling.
Sure.
Like high-pitched samples.
Again. I'm with you. I'm all in. I'm just saying there's a fact and then there's the ignorance.
Okay, so are you telling me Kanye is not hip-hop?
I'm telling you that's been my dilemma, right? Because
he is hip-hop.
Well, this is the problem, right?
He's Kanye West.
But that doesn't mean anything.
It does.
That don't mean... First off, nobody in fucking hip-hop put Marilyn Monroe up on their fucking wall as a kid.
I don't understand the correlation
You're
between
missing-
Kanye and Marilyn Monroe.
Because he talked about putting up a poster of Marilyn Monroe on his wall.
But what's wrong with that?
Why the fuck would a nigga from where we from put up Marilyn Monroe on their wall?
Because they think she's hot.
No, none of us think she's hot.
That you're speaking for a lot of people.
From the ghetto. I speak for all of us.
I'm sure a lot of people in the ghetto would clap her cheeks.
None of it. Yes, we would. Anybody's, but we wouldn't think she's hot. It's too many hot fucking sisters from that time. He compares Kim Kardashian to her. Like,
Yeah, but Kim K is lovely.
you don't. No, she's not.
You don't think Kim K is lovely?
No, she was okay. She was a regular.
You think she was okay?
Yeah, she was a regular. They used to have them in Glendale by the barrel.
There was Kim Kardashian's by the barrel?
By the barrel.
In Glendale.
That's the normal fine girl in Glendale. That's the normal fine girl in Glendale when you go to the scenes.
I'm in Glendale a lot.
Yeah.
I live in Burbank.
They just
Glendale.
don't have the plastic money.
Well, I just don't see.
I've seen.
I don't see by the barrel.
I see them by the
Shout
barrel.
out to the beautiful Armenian women who
And
are
it's a
in
ton
Glendale.
of them.
They're great.
They're fine. And they
They're
Kim
not Kim
Kardashian.
K.
Yes, they are. They Kim Kardashian fine. All of original Kim Kardashian.
I
Not this version. I don't know what's going on.
I'm not saying that there aren't some Kim Kardashian fine
It's a
Armenian
lot
women.
of 'em.
I'm just saying that I think that you're overstating your point a bit.
No. I'm telling you the truth. Listen, if you think about it, right? Listen to every other thing you loved about hip hop growing up, right? The struggle, the ideas, even how they party. And
I
then-
liked. Hey, you know what I liked?
What?
First of all, I love Doggy Style,
Sure.
and the other album that really I liked the kind of like the horror, demonic mystique of Bone Thugs and Harmony. The Ouija, are you with
Bone
me?
is fire.
Murder.
It was the melody that did it for you, though. They had the
Say,
best,
Mr. Ouija. And you know what else I liked?
what? They had the best harmony since Beach Boys.
Probably.
Bone had like
hey, listen,
fantastic harmony.
I can tell you like from Creeping on a Come Up to East 1999, Art of War, man, God, Bone, again, somehow criminally underrated.
Super.
I also really enjoyed Brother Lynch Hung. as a
Lynch is
child.
dope. I got that nigga for about 4 zones. I had to get dirty on him. Yeah,
Brother
that's
Lynch had a.
That's just tough.
I always give props to his album Season of the Sickness. It was a very dark album where he talked about eating
I
children.
like Lynch. Yeah, I fuck with Lynch. Lynch is a nut. But the point I'm saying back to Ye, right?
So is Brother Lynch hip hop?
I would imagine so. He's from like a really fucked up ghetto in Sac.
But him talking about eating children
But I think he also
would
created.
not be
Well-
something that a normal dude from the hood would talk about.
Well, it's not. I mean, he's like
Neither-
Edgar Allan Poe. of the hood.
Also, Bone Thugs and Harmony talking about playing around with a Ouija board and talking to
That's not that far fetched from
But
people.
that's not. You used a Marilyn Monroe poster on the wall. I'm saying.
Let's start with Kanye growing up in middle class area in
He did?
Chicago. right?
Okay.
So that's different than Bone and
Bone in
Lynch.
Cleveland, Brother Lynch and Sack.
them people are from places. Houses was $13,
For sure.
right? So that's different.
Houses might have been $13 in Chicago.
The houses is $13 in Cleveland, right? You can get a house in Cleveland right now for about $7,000.
Let me know where.
Duplex. I got you.
I'll go out
right
there.
where Bone grew up at.
Yeah, shout out to the Cavaliers. Get some
So
season tickets.
what my point I'm saying to you is, I haven't came to a great conclusion. It's Kanye West, so it's hard to challenge that type of legacy. But if
Very
you think
hard to
about it,
challenge.
but if you think about it, right, his first song is about a car crash where he had insurance. But what got everybody is the fucking black music he sampled in Shaka Khan.
Mm-hmm.
That carries the story. Kanye is the best at using black music and finding a place where he meets black people at. Remember, hip hop is almost
You
like
don't think Kanye makes? He's a black artist.
yes, but when you say black, right, it's as simple as he's a black man making music.
Right, but he's not the first artist to sample black artists.
No, but he's fantastic at it.
Yeah.
Like when I tell you what he does with that Shaka Khan, but if you listen to a lot of his songs, even the depth of his struggle is very Eddie Winslow.
But you know what was dope about Kanye is that his struggle was relatable to
white people,
a lot of people.
to mainstream America.
Because if you could talk about how you hated working at the mall, at the Gap.
That's like mainstream.
No, okay, but
Like imagine if Snoop's first album is about him talking about having a problem working at the mall.
That's what made Kanye different was
He was a fucking pop artist. You could relate to him versus you couldn't relate to none of
he
these
was
other
not a
guys.
pop artist. He was making some backpack dope rap shit, but he was talking
It's
about
not backpack to work at the mall.
because this is the minority of everybody aren't in gangs and aren't involved in street life, but whether or not they grew up around it, would you at least say that most people, period, no matter what the race of them or where they're from, are not tied up in street life, are civilians? Is that fair?
They're not from the ghetto.
Okay, people from the ghetto have normal jobs at the mall.
No, they don't have them at the mall, but they do have normal jobs.
Are you trying to tell me people from the ghetto don't work at the mall?
Yes, but that's not.
That's a wild thing to say. That's a very wild blanket statement.
You're pushing it further, right?
No, because what I'm saying is
that's
Kanye,
not where most of us work.
Kanye made music for the normal person.
That's what pop music is.
No, pop music. Listen, this is what you got to understand.
Is that not what pop music is? Cuz for the everyday person.
No, but you're trying to. You're essentially trying to say, well, Kanye was making music for privileged people who had normal jobs.
I did not. First off, yes, it's not. You're not privileged if you have a normal job. That makes you mainstream American.
But even people, let's say from where you're from, right?
But even then, now you're talking about.
No, I'm asking you.
Sure.
So people from where you're from, right?
Yeah.
Let's say your neighborhood.
Yeah.
What percentage of them are actively throughout their life practicing involvement in, let's say, street culture, illegal activity, gangs?
We all talk the same way. So that's
I'm not talking about talk. I'm talking about how you get your money, the lifestyle you live.
You can't pick the part of the culture you enjoy, right? Because De La Soul is culture, right? But it don't mean that. It don't mean somebody.
There's probably people from your area,
hands down, but
who had to get up and go to work and do their normal job.
I got homies that got jobs that went to school.
Kanye shit and was like, "Yo, this dude's talking about working a fucking overtime shift at a retail store. That's
fucking pop music."
No, it's not. That's normal middle class shit.
That's what pop America is.
So you're trying to say Kanye wasn't making hip hop?
That's not what I'm saying. I told you I've been having this dilemma in my mind to say that.
So you make a lot of blanket statements.
No, I'm giving you really consistent statements. Consistent.
Considering all of your statements, according to your logic, Kanye's not hip hop.
I'm thinking about it. I've been on this play because I've been saying for years he's hip hop. But then I think about it, and I'm like, that's why Black America is disconnected from him right now.
I think they also might be disconnected because he said some wild shit.
No, he did. He said the same shit he's been saying since the first day.
And he has been wrapped up in a very unrelatable culture, whether it's the Kardashians, whether it's...
You know why?
Huh.
Because he ain't that type of guy.
But he was that type of guy.
No, he wasn't. He was just doing it over Shaka Khan.
And the other thing, well, okay.
That's my point. That's what I'm starting to believe.
So you're saying,
I was like, he always been this crazy nigga. Kanye is like, so
do you think Playboy Cardi's hip hop?
No.
Okay, I gotta ask.
But he got some dope shit. The first
Does
song.
he?
But all that weird devil shit, I had to slap little cuz. Like all that whole ass shit they doing with the devil, that'll be good cuz. I don't like that.
Yeah, I know you do.
I hate that.
You love you some Little Nas X though.
No, Lil Nas is cool, cuz he just fake gay. I told you. You gonna see one day. It's gonna come out cuz fake gay.
What does that mean?
He's playing for the money.
So you don't think Lil Nas X is
No, I don't believe cuz is gay. I believe they paying cuz and he know his play and he running his play. Why would you not? It's niggas who do it in gangster rap. It's niggas who do it like they fake D-boys. Why would you not be fake gay for money? Especially if you young.
Why hasn't more people been fake gay for money then?
It has been people fake gay for money.
Fake gay?
Yeah. It's a
How
lot
do you
of fake
fake
gay
the gayness?
Easy. You act gay for money. People like a fake gangster rapper. Like a nigga who act like he a gangster, but he's not.
I think there's probably more fake straight people than fake gay people.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I'd agree. I for sure would agree.
Yeah.
But that don't mean Lil Nas X is not straight.
I think Lil Nas X is gay.
I don't believe that.
And I think
he's gay facing.
You think he's gay? I know we talked about this last time, but I just don't know if that's I don't know if that's the
that's on my wager.
If he really wanted to like lean into something, he would have just been the country artist.
He couldn't. You know that's not gonna work. No white folks ain't fucking with that Negro.
They did when Old Town Road came
out.
No,
they didn't. No. I don't know.
Money Man? Where's he from?
He's born in Bronx.
Money Man.
Money Man. You listen to
I haven't. So listen. So first off, I can't talk about Travis Scott, but I think Travis Scott has defined his sound. But I think he defines his sound as what is like rave or what's
Rage.
That? Rage.
No, he's making hip hop.
But he's defined his music. Uzi defines his music as rock and roll.
I think Uzi defines himself as a rock star.
Yeah, that makes rock music.
No, he doesn't
Yes.
make rock music.
Yes.
No.
But again, this is my point. See how you laying claim to that? See how you won't let niggas be nothing else but rappers because they
Snoop
rap?
Dogg's a rock star.
Yeah, but no, he's not.
What do you mean he's not? He's Snoop Dogg. He's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
He's in every Hall of Fame.
Yes, because
he's
he's
in
a
the
rock
human
star.
Hall of
He's
Fame.
a hip hop star. He's a rock star. He's a pop star.
He is the guy.
Yeah.
But let me make my point before we get lost. Listen.
Yo, what up, guys? We got to stop the interview to tell you about our folks at MyBookie. It's winning season right now. NFL, we're in the thick of it. I've been doing really good on my NFL bets, by the way. Plus, NBA officially back. We got playoff baseball. It's going crazy, especially if you like to throw down some of that money and do a little gambling. You got to head over to MyBookie. This was dope about MyBookie. It doesn't matter if your team sucks. My team, the Cardinals, they're trash. Don't matter. I'm still winning on Sundays, baby, all right? At MyBookie. All right, you can use MyBookie for your daily odd boosts, same game parlays, and take advantage of the crazy huge prize pool contest. Plus, right now, MyBookie has a no strings attached. That's the important thing. No strings attached cash bonus that lets you deposit and withdraw quick. That's free cash. No strings attached. Deposit, take it out, and then go about your day. Or get in on some of this NFL and NBA action, baby, all right? Just use the promo code BOOTLEG when you sign up. Go to mybookie.ag, use the promo code BOOTLEG on your first deposit, and you'll receive up to $200 in cash. What are we talking about? No strings attached. What? MyBookie, use the promo code BOOTLEG, all right? Maybe you want to gamble on some NFL. Maybe you want to get in on some of this early NBA action. Maybe you want to get in on some of this playoff baseball. It's really on you. Use the promo code BOOTLEG and receive up to $200 in cash. That's right. Try MyBookie right now. Use that promo code BOOTLEG, and you can grab, how about this, man? There's some crazy odds going on. And I like this one because what you can do is you can throw down on a potential Super Bowl front runner and plus 38,000 on the Eagles and Chiefs on the Super Bowl, plus 38,000. If you put $100, you win $38,000. You're not going to get those odds anywhere. MyBookie.ag. Use the promo code BOOTLEG right now. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere. Only with MyBookie. Plus, we got to give a big shout out to our family at King Palm. Man, we love King Palm over here on the Bootleg Kev podcast. This is what's great about King Palm. First of all, it's all about that organic, no tobacco leaf. This thing right here is a boy. Look at that. Sure. That's just a leaf right there. King Palm, they got everything you need, man. They got these cones with the squeeze and pop, terpenes in them, the flavors. This right here is the dragon fruit. We got the grape HD, the watermelon wave, so many flavors. What's dope about King Palm, if you're in whatever city you're in, you could find King Palm at your local smoke shop, your local 7-Eleven, all right? I'm telling you, King Palm, you're not going to ever experience a more cleaner, more natural, more just great way to smoke what you're smoking, all right? You stuff one of these boys up with some flour, and you're off to the races. I'm telling you, you hit the tip, you get hit with that flavor, and it's nothing like it. The squeeze and pop on King Palm is insane, all right? And they got all size cones, all right? So go to King Palm, man. Organic tobacco-free leaves of all sizes. Like this is look, we're talking about all sizes here. What are we talking about? What are we talking about here, boys? All right, go to kingpalm.com right now. You go order whatever you want, man. They got accessories. They got trays. They got grinders. They got ashtrays. They got all kind of flavors of their leaves. Everything. 50% off when you use the promo code BOOTLEG. That's 50% off. Order whatever you want at kingpalm.com. Let's get back to the interview.
I haven't studied none of those other guys, so I can't comment per se on Yachty because I don't know Yachty's story. I don't know Trav's story. I don't know them. But I don't think they define themselves, and I think they will. Maybe Yachty would be the closest person that could consider himself hip-hop or would.
Well, his dad was a big photographer. He did photos for Dead Prez.
Tight.
But he didn't grow up like from what I understand, he grew up like with, like a middle-class kid.
Yeah, and I'm not saying I don't know. I had to really study it before I say that. Trav, I think he defines his music as something else, and I think Uzi defines his music and his existence as something else. But I think because they use rap immediately, everybody classifies somebody black in rapping as hip-hop, and it's fucking fucked up. If Uzi as black people created rock and roll, right? He can go in and define it as he wants. That's his claim to right. You can't look at Nirvana or no U2 and then say he got to make music like that. We did it the first time, so we could redefine it the second time.
Okay.
It's fair of him to do that. But what I'm saying is, back to the point we were saying in my neighborhood, being in street urban life is not necessarily, being a criminal. Like, there's a lot of people, like LL wasn't a criminal. There's people who grew up in the same cultures.
Well, what I'm saying, though, is that there are people who aren't criminals who maybe they gravitated towards college dropout because, this is something different.
I'm not disagreeing.
This is actually...
I liked it as a criminal, but that's not the point. I like Michael Jackson. I like a pop artist.
But I'm saying, to me, as somebody who was working at Best Buy when I was 16, I was like, oh, shit, I get it. This motherfucker's rapping about working at a shitty retail job.
I bet you do get it. That's my point I'm saying. So what I'm saying is...
But I didn't grow up middle class. I grew up poor as fuck.
I know you did, because Phoenix got some fucking crazy, sick-ass poor places.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, sick, that nobody talks about.
Yeah.
Sick, some crazy shit. Shout out to Phoenix, because they go through some shit and nobody talks about it.
It's true.
But the point I'm saying to you is, when we saying this, it's like, everybody that grew up with us talk the same way. Everybody who grows up with us eats the same way. Everybody who grows up...
But that's not universal. That's where you're at, right?
But that's all street urban culture. So it's a way that niggas...
because people in Atlanta are different. People in Gary, Indiana are different.
Every ghetto.
People in Cleveland are different.
Every ghetto.
Yeah,
there is no middle class culture. There's only tradition in middle class and in wealth. There is no culture. So therefore, how could you have hip hop somewhere where there's no culture? So if Drake, let's say Drake, for example, shout out to Drizzy.
Do you think the Beastie Boys are hip hop?
No, they punk rock that made a hip hop album.
Okay, do you think License to Ill is hip hop?
Yes, they made a hip hop album.
Okay, so that's hip hop.
I agree, but they actually punk rock.
They started as punk rockers.
Punk rock and hip hop,
right,
are step brothers.
Okay, Run DMC.
What?
They're hip hop.
Listen,
correct?
They're, of course.
Do you think that Run DMC, like, obviously Run DMC is kind of looked at as like the first, like, would you say like pop hip hop group in terms of like their popularity? In terms of popularity, when we use the word popular.
Yeah, I guess to some degree.
Would you discount them working with Aerosmith? Because
no, I think you can work with whoever you want to, but I think hip hop is more, as much as street urban culture is defined through crime and densely populated crime-ridden neighborhoods, it don't mean everyone's a criminal.
I didn't say that was the case, which was my point. Not everyone's a criminal. So but I feel like you were pretty much saying, nah, where we're from, this is what we don't fuck with regular mall jobs.
No, we're denied mall jobs.
That's not true.
Yes.
Have you been in the mall?
Yes.
I've been to the mall in the worst areas.
Yes.
I got some of my worst type of friends working at the mall, stealing out of the back of a Foot Locker.
I'm not saying that, right?
Allegedly, back in the day.
I'm saying the poverty and the oppression. Here's a richer conversation, but let me get that point off. I'm saying the culture is created through the crime happening to everybody, whether you're involved or not. What the crime that is to education programs, to where the education programs are trash and you don't speak great English, so y'all make up slang and y'all all talk the same way. It don't matter if cuz got a job at the mall in the hood or if he's selling dope. We all talk the same. We all got the same lingo. We all do the same thing. This is what I likened it to, and this is gonna be crazy because you're a white man and this conversation is funny. You're a nigga, but you're a white man. The point I'm saying to you is, there's always been three black cultures in America, right? Mm-hmm. Or the ideas of three identities. There's a slave, American slave culture, right? That's where you get soul food. That's where you get all that. There's a freedman. Since the first day black people been on this planet, especially in this country, there's been freed black people. And then there's been slave masters, a smaller culture of black people. And it's not a culture, it's a tradition of life. That's really small, minute of black slavers, right? That's there. Small, freedmen, slaves. Kanye is a freedman. His whole conversation is freedman. He has no idea what niggas from where we from are talking about. That's why he'll say something like, slavery is a choice. Kanye reminds me of a kid that got to visit his cousins on the plantation. It was like, we need to leave here once this weekend. When I go home, y'all go with me.
That makes sense.
That's how he talks, because his mind, and that's what middle class does to you. It creates a place to where the world is limitless.
The world is not, like your world is not real to them.
It's the upside down.
Right. Okay, that's fair.
That's what hip hop is. But again, because people want a piece of it, and it's like something seems so cool, they want a piece of the lingo. They want a piece of the get down, but they don't want a piece of the consequence. That's why I'm really careful with who I say and who I believe represents me as a ghetto person from hip hop. Now, if I start allowing somebody like Drake, forgive me, Drake, again, shout out to the homies, it's no disrespect. But if you don't speak not one thing on what's going on with black people in this country, not one stance, not one,
Why?
none of
That's
this,
been my biggest critique.
I don't even care because he's Canadian.
Right, but I just feel like he doesn't ever have an opinion on anything.
But except now he's wearing rainbow clips. So you're endorsing movements, but you're not endorsing the people that put you in position to be where you at now.
Yeah, I do think it's like interesting that like
why you don't have shade for nobody? Why your shade is for Joe Budden? And he not. First off, a rich Jewish man,
right.
bragging about being rich to some nigga that come from the ghetto like Joe Budden's. That shit is like cringy. Where it's like,
Well, I just think, I mean, I said this on Twitter the other day. I said, I don't think Joe Budden said anything that was unfair or disrespectful.
and I'm not mad. And I'm not mad at Drake being offended at his critique of. Because
I'm a little mad at that because I feel like Drake, bro, you have to understand, like, people are gonna have an opinion about your music, and as long as they're not crossing the line or they're not saying anything,
and he should be able to have an opinion about them. But my thing is, why does it go right to what you have or money? Like Drake is actually a talented, accomplished MC, record making fucking monster.
Yeah, why go to
money?
I have a private jet and you have to take first class flights
Because you're a rich Jewish man.
Right.
That's like being a broke black person. It's like that's how common to the main ears that sounds. It's like you gonna talk about nigga being broke.
It wasn't necessary for sure.
So I'm not mad at him, but he could have talked about so many things. You know what I mean? And that's what hip hop is. It's bearing the burden of street urban culture. You have to represent.
Right.
See, when you don't have to represent nobody, Jay could have never went out like that because he represented Morrissey in Brooklyn. He had to. That's the only way he could garner support. Snoop could never. You know another reason why Snoop is such a fantastic hip hop artist? He will never break Crippin'. He defines Crippin' how he wants. That's what Crippin' is all about. You know what I'm saying? As long as you don't break that one rule about no snitches, you could do with Crippin' as you please. Just don't make nobody look dumb. And Snoop has done a great job of not making people look stupid, and he never broke away. When you don't have to bear the burden of culture, when you don't gotta represent, hip hop is all about representing. The people we talking about, do they fucking represent? Do people from their community feel like this is our spokesman?
Right.
Like when I talk, rest assured, any real nigga from Watts, most niggas from Watts gonna be like, that nigga is all right.
Yeah.
Niggas from LA gonna be like, Glasses is all right. Cause I can't do no sucker shit. How I'ma show my face in the 60s? How I'ma show my face in the 8 trades? How I'ma show my faces in the Grape Streets? How I'ma show my face in the East Coasts if I go looking dumb? I have the burden of representing ghettos. That's what hip hop is. LL had the responsibility. LL and Nas had to represent Queens. 50 had to represent Southside Queens. Jay had to represent Brooklyn. If you don't gotta represent shit and you can still be successful, nigga, you are not one of us. If you can embarrass us every week.
You don't think that Drake represents Toronto?
No.
All right.
Not the streets.
I mean,
He represents Toronto as the Raptors represent Toronto. And he's their guy. I think Drake, my problem is Drake represent black people.
right.
And we be looking like, cuz, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? Because why would you do that? But the problem is when we try to hold him with our ghetto response, he's not a ghetto kid.
Right.
He don't come from the ghetto. If you got to think, morale and street life create standards, create morals. You know what I mean? The religion, and street life create morals. Mm-hmm. Without it, America is just like a dog-eat-dog place.
Right.
They fucked up.
Yeah, I think we can at times be unfair towards Drake because he is such a just massive shining star in hip hop. I think that at times Drake does things where I'm like, okay, you're like being a little too emotional towards Joe Budden, like to discount him as like a failed rapper is unfair.
I don't really care about that.
I do think though.
What I care about is some fucking hair clips.
See, I don't care.
Yeah, if you're going to endorse,
why don't you like the hair clips?
Because why are you doing that?
Snoop Dogg had a lot of shit going on with his hair, and so does Sugar Free.
Yeah, but they ain't putting rainbow hair clips. That's a purpose. He's doing a lot of things on purpose to do certain things. And I'm asking you, why you ain't stood up for no niggas if you gonna stand up for somebody who you gonna represent?
who's he representing? You think he's representing the
You know
Alphabet
he
Boys?
is. You know he is, and that's
I don't
his
think so.
thought.
I don't think so.
Then why would you put rainbow hair clips in your head?
Why does the rainbow got to be exclusive to something that
It ain't a god.
it's just, what if he bought a pack of hair clips and they came in multiple colors? Why does everything have to have a specific meaning or agenda attached to it?
Why
Drake's
does it-
hair clips don't mean anything except for their hair clips.
You really believe that?
Do you think Drake purposely said, nah, give me
Yes.
the rainbow pack?
Yes.
No.
He's
that's
that
crazy.
You don't believe Drake? Drake is like one of the greatest minds, like
You
Kanye
think
West in
Drake-
hip hop. Let me tell you something.
The problem is, let me just say this. The problem is certain, like in 2023, for whatever reason, we always have to put a meaning or stick some sort of agenda to something that it don't got nothing to do with.
Because we all know it means something.
It doesn't.
It does.
It's just hair clips.
No, it doesn't. It's not.
Are you serious?
Not- if I wore,
So do you think Drake's hair clips are him endorsing a
Yes.
certain lifestyle?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. And
Why?
it's the mainstream thing to do.
What does that mean?
That's the thing to do at a mainstream level across the world. That's what every pop artist would be doing across the world. People not crazy. This not by accident. You think this shit by this nigga is brilliant. Like Drake is.
So what is Drake's agenda with his colorful hair clips?
Now we finna go into some details, but obviously,
What is your perceived
he's
agenda?
obviously endorsing, right? Which I don't care about that. But my thing is the niggas who made you famous, these niggas in America, these ghettos, because we pushed cuz. Like he couldn't just be a pop star and be that. We push cuz.
Okay.
The ghettos push cuz. We said the females, the black women from the ghettos push cuz. You ain't said nothing about nothing happening to these sisters. You ain't posting nothing that's happening to these sisters. You not saying nothing about no nigga. And I gotta let that go because you was Canadian. I'm like, you know what? He don't have to get fucked what happened to American niggas.
I don't disagree with you
Sure.
on that point, because I do think at certain points in time, it'd be nice if we knew what Drake thought about, I don't know, George Floyd or Breonna Taylor.
Which I'm not even asking that because most pop artists.
or you know, he lives here a lot.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of turmoil
He
going on
earns
with our
here.
political
Sure.
system. Just any sort of opinion.
And I'm okay with that.
but like you said, he's Canadian.
yes.
What do you think about Justin Trudeau, Drake?
Facts.
What do you think about the Canadian truck drivers who?
I'm not mad because that's a hip hop responsibility.
Okay, but
and
so
what
I
I'm
think
telling
that's
you.
separate than you thinking that
But-
there's an
but you-
agenda with his hair clips.
You missing the point of somebody that's so brilliant to know not to speak on something. He's so smart. This nigga, him and 40 are some of the best scientists I ever seen in the music business. Like when it comes to creating records, marketing, and understanding how to market
Drake's
success.
like Michael Jordan, right? Like Michael Jordan purposely has said, Republicans and Democrats buy both my sneakers. Why would I take a stance on any of this publicly? Because then I kind of, and Drake's kind of the same kind of guy.
Yeah, but it's,
Drake appeals to everybody,
Yeah.
and I don't think he wants to fuck that up.
and I'm not mad at that. But my thing is, right? That's why, you know who else does that? Pop stars.
Yeah, I mean, there's also artists. in
There's
hip-hop.
no hip hop artists that do that. We won't even let them go. We won't even nick. If you try that and you represent us, it's a problem. Wait a minute, you not gonna speak up? Thug said something like, "Oh, we ain't talking about that shit. We talking about young niggas." They was asking Thug about the boy that got killed, Mike in Ohio. What's brother? name? Michael
Michael
Brown. And it was like, yeah, you know, he was on the red carpet. It's like, you know, how you feel about Mike Brown? He's like, oh man, we ain't tripping off that old politics shit. We out here getting niggas fell apart. Oh my God, you motherfucker. And this nigga is a nigga who do drugs. I don't even think we should even really want his opinion. Because he
Right.
go through so much
That's
mental
fair.
shit and be high, you know.
Yeah, you're not gonna look to Thug for political views.
But he still has to, because guess why? He is from the ghetto in Atlanta, and we like, you better talk, you better speak for us. And that's the responsibility of hip hop. I don't give a fuck if it's Tribe, De La Soul, anybody. You are responsible for speaking for us in hip hop.
Okay, so
And if you don't, we look at you funny. But the only people we don't worry about is people that ain't hip hop.
what's the issue with the hair clips?
I have no issues with it. I'm saying this is
I'm asking you.
this is the first
So you are
movement you're gonna
so
endorse.
you are officially.
purposely
your
doing this-
stance is he's purposely.
From the nails, the hair, he's gonna keep going.
Okay, so do you think Andre 3000 was doing that in 96, 97 when he was wearing certain
No,
clothing?
I just think he got Erykah Badu pussy, and that pussy is some shit.
Okay.
Drake ain't got no Erykah Badu pussy.
What about Thug? When Thug wore a dress on his album cover?
Yeah, I think Thug is from Atlanta, where the street urban culture is tied into homosexuality that for some reason nobody in Atlanta talks about. It's like right there. Like I've never seen a bigger demographic of gay black folks in the ghetto like Atlanta. Never seen that.
Do you think it's possible Drake just got a bag of hair clips?
No, zero chance.
Okay.
He's too smart. He's too smart to just do something and don't have no idea what it means.
Impossible?
It's impossible. 0%.
So if we're
0%.
0%.
0%.
Not even a 0.5% chance. He just put some hair clips in his
No,
hair and they happen to be different colors.
No, zero chance.
What?
Zero chance. He's Drake. Drake is brilliant, dog. If there's a confusion, Drake is fucking brilliant, dog. Him and 40 together, dog, them niggas could put shit together.
Are you talking about E40 or 40 the producer?
40 the producer.
Okay.
Like, he could come with shit, bro. They could put shit together. Like, some of the shit they be doing music, I'd be like, fuck. Like, you know what I mean? Because you got to catch up to this shit, and it's like, fuck. Like, this is how smart they are. He's a marketing fucking machine. You know what I mean? He knows.
Well, I think that you're reaching.
I understand why you feel that way, because it would actually mean you would have to be accountable for decisions you make.
No, I just
and we love a world where we could just make people unaccountable.
I just think that not.
But in hip hop, we have to be accountable.
I just think not everything famous people does has an agenda attached to it.
I know, because which it don't make sense, because you would think that some of these people are some of the greatest marketing minds ever, and you would think that they would accidentally do something, even though they've been controlling the narrative for 20 years.
Okay, switching subjects. Shout out to Drake.
Yeah, shout out to Drizzy.
You had a song that was called Tupac Deserved to Die?
No, Tupac Must Die.
Or Tupac Must Die, sorry. Music video was dope. Was it about 4 years old now? 5 years old now?
It's 4 years now.
What are your thoughts on Keefe D's arrest?
Yeah.
He's obviously been doing a bunch of interviews over the last 5-6 years, just kind of, holding nothing back in these interviews, which is kind of crazy. It ended up biting him in the ass in a real way. Would it, just as someone who, made that song, someone who is a fan of, hip hop and what happened, and not a fan of what happened, obviously. but you did have a song.
Obviously, I know, yeah.
But what I'm saying, just kind of what's your thoughts on the Tupac arrest?
I need to really see the discovery. I need to see the evidence. What's crazy
because they had to have arrested him because they did go and raid the house.
And I think that's more about what happened after that. Like, I need to see the discovery. I need to see what led to this arrest, because I don't think it's the interviews. I think the interviews could create a situation to get a warrant.
Right.
But I don't think it could lead to an arrest.
I agree with you on that. So they had to have...
Something happened.
Something happened where they had to have...
And I need to see that before I really...
Yeah, because the interview, like you said, the interview could have resulted in a raid. Like the warrant to go kick the tour down.
That'll get you a raid, for sure.
Yes. Now, outside of that...
It ain't gonna get you no arrest.
They had to spin the block and then go arrest you.
Something happened. So, as far as that, I don't quite know. I don't want to see nobody in jail. You know what I mean? Not like...
Well, that's what Suge Knight said. Suge said... Yeah. I think he said he grew up playing Pop Warner with Keefe D.
Yeah, I just don't want to see nobody in jail, because I understand...
And he would not wish jail on anybody.
Yeah, I know the consequences if I do something. So, again, justice looks a lot different for me than it does to other people.
Right.
So whatever got to happen, you know what I mean? But I would love to see the discovery of what really led to the arrest, you know what I mean? Because I didn't think it was going to be able to happen, but... The raid created one moment, and then the way they do the grand jury out there is like it can be going for a year.
Right.
Like you could keep bringing shit back. Like, was this enough?
Well, the thing is this, right? If it is proven that he was in the car, isn't that enough to put him in jail for Tupac's murder?
100%. Yeah. But I don't think you can use the interviews as a way to say
No. I think
that's what I'm saying.
I think they have something else, and if whatever that something else is. Because puts him in that car that night,
so
it's a problem.
In California, it becomes felony murder.
Right.
I don't know what it looks like in Nevada, but I'm sure they got something similar.
Yeah.
So, they saying he the mastermind, which, again, I need to see how is he the mastermind, you know what I mean? Because I think... listen, the reality is Keefe was some shit. Like, Keefe was a rich nigga. The reason the South Side, Chris was the richest hood in Compton when I was a kid. Him, cat named Fink, they was like... super rich when I was younger.
Yeah, so he just wasn't just some random dude from Vegas or people that... Yeah, he was actually...
He was a real factor. And them dudes... this is any gang in L.A., man. If you jump on somebody, they can pretty much bring your hat to you if they decided for that to be their purpose. It don't matter who it is.
Yeah.
As long as you around here.
My thing is it's just nice to see that they didn't necessarily give up.
What's crazy is, when I think about it, right, it's for 27 years, And then he moved to Nevada.
After.
You know what I mean? Like, and I think he been there. You know what I mean? But it's a weird thing going on about the whole situation. So,
Well,
you know,
I see some speculation about people's involvement.
I ain't buying the Puff shit. Like,
I ain't buying
I
that
could make
either.
a joke anyway, but there's my issue with that is because there's no way he could owe them $1 million and then Puff be alive for a year and they doubling back out here and they ain't got that money.
Yeah.
That just, I don't believe that. But I think that made the story interesting enough to tell the story, and it puts somebody else as the head in the story. You know what I mean? I don't quite know why that would be the story. I mean, and then I could just be wrong, cuz like,
Well, because there was that.
I just don't believe it.
I think there was.
But you know what's funny?
There was that LA Times article that was written that insinuated Puff was involved.
What's crazy is there's no way I could think of Puff like that, but if you think about Puff, Puff has became Suge lately.
He is the Suge of the hip
That
hop.
nigga is firing nigga shit up, and he'd have jumped on J. Cole.
Now,
Him and J.
I don't
Cole
know,
got into a
I don't know if
squabble,
this
him and
is.
Drake.
I don't know if this is true or not, but I heard. Do you remember that guy Choppa, who was on Making the Band?
Sure.
I heard when he was having issues with Diddy, and I don't know if this is true, but I've heard this from a couple of people. Puffy bought the house across the street from Choppa's mom just to fuck with him. Like, I own the house across the street from your mom. Like, I always have eyes on your mom's side.
That's crazy because Puff was like, I don't know, man. Puff, I can't believe it though, because Puff seems like an all right guy, but I don't know, cuz, you know what I mean? Like,
Nah, for sure. I mean, listen, I met him a couple times. His son's a
always
solid
seemed
dude.
like an all right guy. Like, I don't.
But he also
can't-
seems like the guy you just never really fuck with for whatever reason. Like, people kind of know not to fuck with Puffy.
Yeah, but I don't think it's out of a fear that Puff is gonna get at you. I think it's just like Puff is so fucking awesome.
Yeah, like, why would you want to burn a bridge
Like
with
Puff.
with Diddy?
Yeah,
Like,
you know what I mean? I
he's a
never
dope
got
dude.
like, I've never in my life saw Puff and thought to myself, even when he was arguing with the man from Power on the corner, cuz, and he was talking, I was like, man, that was me and Puff.
Oh, are you talking about when he was dressed like the Joker?
Yeah, and I'm like, man, I'd have cussed Puff ass. I'd have fired Puff shit if he did that.
Right.
Because I see Puff as such a responsible man. I just can't see him wanting to throw his life away.
Yeah,
by
he
putting
has,
a hit
and
with some
he also
street
has
niggas.
so much like going on. You'd be like, Puff's not stupid.
So
He's
and then I could-
calculated. He's
and then I can't see the South Side's letting him get away with $1 million debt.
for all that time. That doesn't make sense.
That ain't gonna even last. And these niggas had some, like, when I tell you these niggas had some money, man, when I was growing up, them niggas had money.
Right.
I'm talking about real money.
Right.
They was at a fucking Mike Tyson fight.
True. Which
You know what I mean? These
which-
niggas got some money.
in the
so
'90s, that's the ticket of the cinch.
There's no way I could see them letting Cuz get away with owing them that kind of money and ain't nothing happening to Cuz. They'd have been tearing his ass up.
I wonder if this will motivate any sort of resolve in the Biggie murder, and I don't think it will because I think the LAPD was obviously involved, off-duty cops, etc.
I just think the Biggie murder was a professional hit, and it's just different.
Yeah, I think it was a professional hit, and I think for whatever reason, it would have made the LAPD look really bad had they solved it properly.
But even then, the feds could come in. I just think it's hard to prove what happened, like, because it was so done professionally.
Yeah.
The Pac shit is different. Like, we heard about that shit in real time. Like, this
Right.
is really, I mean, the Death Row niggas just jumped Baby Lane. Like, you heard that in real time when it happened that night. Then you heard Pac got shot. You could put two and two, like, it was
Right,
all
it makes
obvious.
sense. It was one event affected another event.
And it was
A cause
like,
and effect
this
situation
is a
that made
normal
sense.
thing
This
around
is
the
normal
way.
shit that happens.
The big shit surprised everybody. None of us thought.
It was a-
none of
it
us
was a
even
hit.
heard nothing
The
about
Biggie shit was a hit.
None of us even heard nothing about who
Right.
did nothing big.
It was a pay to hit. Yeah.
Yeah, like, that was like a real job.
Yeah.
So I think it's just different.
Why don't you think Kanye has a classic album?
I've never said that.
Well, you said wait.
I said no one has 4 classic albums in hip hop.
Oh, I don't know why the tweet I saw. I thought that. By the way, you're wrong. But
No one has 4 classic albums in hip hop. Again, y'all keep making classics, just shit you like or shit that's
4.
really good. 4.
okay, Kanye's 4. College Dropout. Late Registration.
Late Registration is not a
It
classic.
is. It's his best album.
That's not. Don't mean it's a classic.
It's a
A classic shifts the game. It's not like Late Registration and Graduations are ploys off of College Dropout. They're not different things. They're
That's
not
not true.
things of their
Graduation's
own.
way different.
It's not. It's just
He was
changed the
sampling EDM
sample.
music. He sampled
That don't mean nothing. It
Okay.
don't mean nothing. It was the same shit.
classic albums.
No,
My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is a classic.
I'm not even going to listen. I could take that.
Greatest. It might be the greatest album ever.
No.
It might be.
No.
All right.
No.
College
It's dope,
Dropout's
though.
a classic.
Yeah.
And if you want to talk about changing stuff,
808 Heartbreaks, which I can't stand.
and
What?
Yeezus.
No. But I do totally enjoy Yeezus. A real
Yeezus,
Kanye fan.
Yeezus made Travis Scott possible.
Listen, I'm not disagreeing.
And Travis was very much instrumental into the making of that album.
You're not going to hear any debates with me about props for Yeezus. I'm
Watch
just not going
the
to jump
Throne?
off. That's not a classic
I can
album.
ask. I can ask.
Classic?
I think Late Registration and Graduation are classics.
No.
I think Kanye, his first 5 albums are classics.
That don't even make sense. Somebody dropped 5 classic albums in a row. Just think about what that would be.
100%. Yeah.
No, no.
Yes.
That don't even make sense.
Kanye West did.
No,
Yeah.
no.
He's got the greatest discography in hip hop history.
I wouldn't even mind arguing that. Like, I'm okay with that, but he don't got 5 fucking classic albums.
Do you know who else has 4?
Who?
Outkast.
No.
Yeah.
God damn it, y'all just make anything a classic.
What are you talking about?
Bro, listen, a classic don't mean you really like it or it's really good.
This is, by the way, this is your definition of a classic.
Mine's just the authority figure in the conversation.
Okay.
As a product.
Okay. So you think Outkast doesn't have 4 classics?
Look, if somebody, I said no one in hip hop has 4 classic
Not a
albums.
soul.
Not a soul. And I think to hip hop fans, this is,
Kendrick has 3.
I'm not even gonna be. First off, the fact that niggas was throwing Dot in the conversation was great. I couldn't believe. I was like, it was like Dot got 5. I was
No.
like,
Kendrick has 3. I think to be determined on his last album. Even though I really enjoy it, I still listen to it a lot.
It's not a classic,
but I still listen to
it's
it a lot.
not to be determined.
No. That's fair. I wouldn't put it in the To Pimp a Butterfly, Damn, or Good Kid, Mad City conversation.
I don't even think people give Damn the correct credit. So it's dope
I agree.
to hear you say
I
that.
agree. I think those are the 3 though.
But I think when you say classic, like I think there's certain albums that are classic. Illmatic has been regarded as a classic,
Doggy Style,
right? Doggy Style,
The
is regarded
Chronic.
as a classic.
By the way, what in your opinion, what's the better album, The Chronic or 2001?
2001. Yeah. Well, I like
It aged
the
better.
Chronic because the Chronic has these really important joints.
Yes, but 2001, if you
It's
listen
put
to it
together,
right now,
it's masterful. Yeah, it's a masterful.
right,
joint.
just worked out to 2001 like a month ago. I just played it and I was
like
just like,
straight out of Compton is a classic.
Eddie Griffin, his skits on 2001
Yes.
are so fire.
Yeah. Nah, Dre has always been
See,
fantastic.
your mama was a hoe.
Weekend pussy. Yeah, that was crazy.
Okay,
So yeah, but no, I was saying no one in hip hop has.
Okay, I think I misunderstood the tweet thread that I might have saw you reply to.
Yeah.
Because I
Said
thought you
no
were, I
one
thought
in
you were
hip-hop.
saying that Kanye didn't have any classic albums, which I was just like,
No,
there's no way you think
I'm
this.
really careful with
Because I know
what
you love
call
Kanye.
it.
Get Rich or
Yeah.
Die Trying, classic.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's fucking fantastic. But I'm saying
Does Eminem have a classic?
I don't know. I have to think about it.
Marshall
But
Mathers LP
that would be the one.
or Eminem Show? It's probably Marshall Mathers LP
probably Marshall
to
Mathers
your
LP.
definition. I think Eminem Show is the better album.
What would but Fix is Scarface's classic.
Yes.
Made is a better album.
I like The Diary too.
Yeah, and the Diary is dope as fuck. And
But-
and I think Untouchable is his best album.
It
but
probably
Fix is a
But
classic
Fix has my favorite Nas verse ever.
album. My favorite Nas verse, ironically, is on We Major.
Oh, on yeah, my on that Between Us, Between Me and You, whatever the fuck that record is on the Fix. Jesus Christ, Nas went the fuck in.
That verse on We Major is crazy.
Is Victory Lap a classic?
I think it's been deemed. They went back and got it right. I don't think it was a classic when it was first released.
But I think it didn't get appreciated.
But
until-
Doggy Style, the same thing happened with Doggy Style. The same thing happened with. There was a few records that. One thing I'll give hip hop credit is they will go back and right their wrongs.
they did that with Reasonable Doubt.
They did. That's fair. Because I remember Blueprint being the first one everybody thought was a classic.
But it's like, what
And
about
then
Reasonable
everybody
Doubt?
doubled back. And I remember having Reasonable Doubt thinking that, and then now they got it right.
Right.
Because that's been the person that's come up a lot is Jay. And I'm a diehard Jay, Face, Snoop, Scarface.
What's Outkast's classic album to you?
Aliens.
AT Aliens?
Yeah.
I think it's Aquemini if you're gonna pick one.
I'm not mad at that. See,
I got Aquemini right there.
Outkast is like that weird group to where so many things are so possible with them. And
they
I
now
love
have
it.
the greatest selling hip hop album ever.
Yeah, it's a double
It just
CD.
passed Eminem Show.
It's a double CD though.
True.
So it's gonna get counted twice. But whatever.
You remember those days when like 8 Ball was dropping triple albums?
like Lost, that it was like, yo, if you
40
just,
was doing that shit crazy.
if you just did 333,000, you're platinum.
Yeah, that's pretty slick.
And then motherfuckers just dropping 2 albums on the same day. Who was here? Oh, I just was talking to Insane Clown Posse. They were here. Violent J.
Yeah,
And he
Jay
was,
is dope. Shout out to Jay.
yeah, he was cool. He was very, you know, I got uncles like him that
Sure.
done a lot of dope in their life and are just very like, he was jittery.
Such a cool dude, though.
Super nice, super jittery,
Violent J is
and we
cool.
would talk, and I'd ask him a question, and then he would just go off on like a random tangent about something unrelated to the question.
But them drugs be connecting different brain cells.
No,
Some
he
shit be
was
happening.
so cool, and I'm always real tough on juggalos because I think for the most part they have really bad. They're not good at the upkeep of their personal hygiene.
But you know what it is, man? Juggalos is like, I always felt like they was the ghetto white people.
Oh yeah,
And
but
that's
the most ghetto white.
But that's why I actually clicked with them,
Yeah, because I mean, listen, there's ghetto white people, and then there's like
the Juggalo.
the juggalos.
They my shit. I
Yeah.
love them motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just my people. I don't
Yeah,
have
you
no
fuck with the
idea how.
Juggalos.
I
You
love
do.
them. I did the fucking
You did the gathering?
The gathering.
Oh, so you went to the
Yeah.
gathering?
Yeah, Jay and them had me
Did
at
you
the
see
gathering.
Did you see the fuck tent or the drug bridge?
Wasn't even know if people just fucking. I seen the drug bridge.
What does it smell like?
I didn't get close enough, but I don't think it's. I'm saying I love them motherfuckers. I
Yo,
don't
the
know why,
Juggalos-
because they
the-
my people.
The juggalos are so funny because like I posted, and I've always given up my because I actually think ICP on a business model standpoint
Oh, yeah.
are pioneers in hip hop.
Yeah.
I think that what they did with their merchandising, I think Tech Nine gets a lot, and Tech knows I feel this way. Tech gets a lot of credit.
I think
for what
he
ICP
knows that.
Yeah,
I think
No, Tech knows that.
Travis has done a really good job on improving on that model
for
on a
sure,
daily operation.
improved on kind
that
of what
model.
ICP
Yeah.
had going. But I
Travis
think
is brilliant.
I
Shout
think
out to Travis.
I think for whatever reason ICP, their marketing and just their business model as hip hop artists, like when I was a kid, they were the only kind of hip hop group where you could go buy their shirt in Spencer's. Like there was ICP jerseys
You
at
white, man.
Hot Topic.
You white, some shit can happen.
But I'm saying it's like they kind of
They pushed the line.
they to me they pushed the line of like if you go to a concert, we're gonna have 100 SKUs that you could purchase.
Yeah,
We're gonna have shoelaces. We're gonna have all that shit.
a lot of that shit is brilliant. Like them motherfuckers is brilliant. You know what I mean? Them motherfuckers is fire. They just insane.
So when did you
dog.
first link with the Juggalo world? Because you were signed to Suburban Noise, which is kind of an offshoot
So
of
I
that
was-
world.
I was
'cause-
managed by Suburban. Noise.
Okay, that was like Cottonmouth Kings,
Yeah.
Kevin Zinger,
Yeah, yeah.
SRH.
The boy that's popping now. Shout out to him. They got that whole anti. To me, that shit is a dope movement where they have like Adam Calhoun.
Yeah, him and I have had words online.
That's funny. Adam, it's another guy, Tom McDonald, and it's another guy that was from this group, kind of buff, stocky white boy, dope. I got a song with him, and this pissed me off.
have
I'm
a
not
song
thinking of his
with him? You
name.
don't know his name?
Yeah. But he was a part of a group initially.
Struggle?
No, it was Real Pi. The name of the song was called Real Pi. God damn it, I'm losing my fucking mind. Yeah, but I like their movement. It's funny because I feel like their movement is such a offset movement. You know what I mean? What the fuck is going on? Why am I not figuring this out? That's not to say much though, but
Yo, I need to figure out who you're talking about. Real
Mad Child.
Oh
that's
yeah,
his
yeah.
name.
He used to be a part of
That I did a song with the group though.
Swollen Members.
Swollen Members.
Yeah.
I did a song with Swollen Members
They're
because
from Canada.
of that, right? Which is dope, right? I
Yeah.
did a song with Swollen Members, and I like Mad Child. Me and Mad Child still fucking.
I don't
each
put
other.
Matt Child in that world.
I know, but so to me, because he's Canadian, like you automatically gonna see it differently.
No, it's not that. I think they had a label called Battle Axe Records. I could
Yeah.
be wrong about, but it was like they were like really like some indie backpack like hip hop vinyl. Like you went and bought their singles back.
What'd you
in-
think of Tom and them? Tom and Adam.
I personally, I'm not too mad at Tom. I've seen some of his. I was actually kind of interested in his business model because I saw a video come out. I'm like a music industry nerd, so I saw a video come out. Or something came across my timeline that he had sold a certain amount of units, but because he sold them the way he did, that they didn't count it towards his Billboard sales, and that had they counted
his Billboard sales properly, he would have probably had like the number 1 album in the country or something, right? So I watched a YouTube video that he put up explaining and showing how much he actually sold. And my homie Dax did a song with him, and Dax records here. That's my friend.
Dax is the brother that's like the brother that's super active.
Yeah, he's
I
got
know
like
Dax
a
is.
country
Yeah, he cool.
song. He's
Shout
got
out
the
to
Joker
Dax.
shit. He's got
Yeah, I saw Dax before.
So I know they've worked together. The Tom McDonald dude is Canadian.
Yeah.
Dax is Canadian.
Okay.
The other guy, Adam Calhoun. This is the thing that's weird about Adam Calhoun. Me and him have had our words, and I've said that his music is horrible. I don't really think this is my thing. Anybody who, and you can, this dude like made a record saying the N-word over and over for shock value.
Sure.
You saw the video?
Yeah, it's the one we was talking about trailer trash, how our experience could be the same.
and I get it.
Sure, but you understand.
But I was just like, bro, like this.
He
is
might have gaslighted the nigga. You felt
right, and I just feel like somehow, and I could be categorizing what he does unfairly. I could be, but I think the leaning into the MAGA world for clout is very like.
So you don't genuinely believe he believes in the shit?
It's not that. I think that if like your musical identity is your MAGA, like, and listen, to be fair to this guy, because I just talked to Jelly Roll, who's one of my
Jelly is dope.
Well, Jelly's one of my closest friends in music.
Super dope.
I've known Jelly for
White boy Jelly. Shout out to Jelly, girl.
close to a decade, you know.
Yeah.
Yo, we got to stop the interview again and tell you about our folks at Odd Socks, baby. That's right. Shout out to Odd Socks, man, the most comfortable socks in the world. They've been riding with us since day one. And let me tell you something, man. Christmas time is really sneaking up. Oddsocksofficial.com. Use the promo code Bootleg. Save 20% off at checkout. They got the crazy licenses. Check out these Naruto socks. Fucking fire. Little SpongeBob socks. You know what I'm saying? How about this? How about the How High movie socks? They got the WWE. They got the motherfucking Cheeto socks. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the motherfucking Cheeto socks. They just dropped their Monopoly line, too. I'm waiting for them to send them to me. Ahmad, send me the Monopoly shit, buddy. All right? Also, the Odd Socks Basics. These are my favorites. They're just normal, just, you know, the most comfortable socks you've ever put on your feet is really what they are. Get them black, white, red, fucking tie-dye, whatever you're into. And they got the underwear, baby. Little Reese's Boys. Let's go. Oddsocksofficial.com. Use the promo code Bootleg. They got South Park underwear, too. All the licenses, WWE, Scarface, Breaking Bad, South Park, Power Rangers, Monopoly, Coca-Cola. They got it all. Use that promo code Bootleg and save 20% off at checkout. Also, want to give a shout out to our sponsor. Much love to our good folks at Blue Chew. That's right. We talk about it all the time on the podcast. When you go to bluechew.com right now, you can get your first month for free. A lot of people ask, well, what is Blue Chew and does it work? Well, Blue Chew, it has the same active ingredient as Viagra and Cialis. The only difference is you don't have to go to the doctor. It's all online. You go to bluechew.com, you get your shit handled over there, and then they get you handled by sending you a month for free when you use the promo code Bootleg. BlueChew.com, promo code Bootleg. Try out Blue Chew. It'll have your dick harder than it's ever been. It's like trigonometry in high school, real hard. You know, if you're dealing with any sort of erectile dysfunction, Blue Chew will have you right. Like I said, same active ingredient as Viagra and Cialis, minus the awkward doctor's appointment. Everything's online. And if you're asking, well, I don't know, man. I just don't know. Try it out for free for a month. They'll send you a month's supply for free right to your doorstep in discreet packaging. Blue chewable form. It's a little chewable, man. You take that thing down and then you go to Pound Town. Take your shorty to Pound Town, goddammit. BlueChew.com. Use that promo code Bootleg. Try it for free for a month. Let's get back to the interview.
And I told Jelly the last time I saw him, I said, hey, I know you're tight with that dude, Adam Calhoun, and I don't want to have like any real beef with somebody that you're friends with. So I was like, if you ever want to put me on the phone with him, like I wouldn't mind just, because we went back and forth in our YouTube comments, and I don't think his music's very good, but I can't equate what he does because he's got whole albums with my boy Struggle, and Struggle's my boy. Like I love Struggle. Struggle's a talented guy. So I think I may have unfairly equated what he's doing with what some of these real MAGA rappers are doing. Because there's like real...
Sure, guys who you can see they taking advantage
No,
of
they're
that.
literally, their entire identity is they do MAGA rap. It's like a sub-genre of music that is strictly based on fuck Black Lives Matter, Trump. What's the jerk-off's name from Florida? That
Ron DeSantis.
No, the rapper. 4G Auto Blow, who used to be signed used to be signed to Thomas Jones and was a fucking wannabe street rapper in Tampa when I lived there. And now all of a sudden, he is literally the face of MAGA rap. To me, that shit's corny. Super corny. And then there's like, so I think I might have unfairly put those two guys in the same lane.
That's fair.
As to where I don't think Adam Calhoun's music, I think I might have unfairly judged it. Also, he was beefing with my boy Caskey.
Shout out to Caskey.
So I might have unfairly
Florida, right?
judged him.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of his music. I'm not a fan of like, and this is, and also I'd like to point out, it'd be like if there was somebody waving a Biden flag in their rap songs, you'd be like, what's happening?
Well,
Like who's making pro Biden rap music? Can I ask you that question?
Every last pop artist breathing air.
No. I'm talking about by name. I mean, listen, I can pull up
Well,
some of these songs, and the hook is like Trump, MAGA.
Yeah, but that's because it's counterculture. It's
True.
counterculture,
It
right?
is. It is very much counterculture.
So anything counterculture, even when hip hop would use Trump's name as a way to establish the conversation of wealth, right?
Right. No, for sure.
Trump was
Take
always,
over the world on my Donald Trump shit. That was Mac
Trump was
Miller.
always counterculture. I'm Donald Trump and the white tee and white ones. The conversation is money.
Yeah, I mean,
You want
fucking
some?
Donald Trump was on Method Man's second solo album, to Cal 2000.
Because so
He
again,
had a
Trump
skit.
has always been counterculture. Just where you place him.
So my whole thing is this. If I would look at a rapper the same way, if they did an AOC, Ocasio-Cortez, the Congress lady from New York, if someone did a song that was like waving her flag.
What about if somebody did a Barack song? Like My President is Black.
Nah, that's hard. Because that's history. That's the first black president. What are we talking about? By the way, great song. Shout out to Jeezy.
That was my beat too.
That's my favorite Jeezy album, The Recession. Great album.
That's classic.
Great album. But I guess what I'm saying is like,
that classic? Is the Recession a classic?
yes, to me, it's a classic to me. I don't think it's higher on the classic tier than Thug Motivation 101.
It's not a classic.
I like The Recession.
Me too.
I don't think it's more of a classic than.
It's not a classic at all.
To be fair, it's not a consensus classic. It's a classic to me. I think we can all have personal
Or
classics.
you just like it.
No, but I think to me it's a classic. To me. But I would say I break down classics from different perspectives. One would be what I call consensus hip hop classics. Where if you said that album's a classic, nobody's gonna say shit to you. Dog, it's
Nobody gonna say that about Graduation. You gonna have some conversations in hip hop.
okay. So that's to me, when I think of Drake, he don't have a Good Kid, Mad City. The closest thing he's got is Take Care.
You
right?
know what's funny? I just had that conversation. Somebody said that. I was like, probably not. But I'm not.
I think Drake's best album is Nothing Was the Same, and I actually think that album is damn near flawless, and I think we don't give that album enough flowers because Nothing Was the Same is.
I think Drake is fantastic at making music, man. So I don't know.
I think Drake.
But I just don't know if he's ever adjusted culture.
Yeah, I mean, I get you. I think, unfortunately, the last like 5 years, I feel like he's been just mailing it in.
Even then,
Because I actually enjoyed, you know what I enjoyed about Drake was when he did the EDM album.
Well, I think Drake always got some cuts, so it's hard to really.
Always got
Like
some
Madonna.
joints. I never listened to Madonna, so I don't know.
You got to go fuck with Madonna,
can't.
bro. And it's hard.
It's not for me.
I'm telling you, and they get mad.
I don't think 80s music is good. 80s
I'm
pop
not
music's
mad at
fucking
that.
terrible.
I'm not mad at
It all
that.
aged horribly. It sounds like shit. It's corny as fuck. Keep all
What
your
about
80s
Just
shit.
Can't Wait? The doom, 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 doom.
I like
Just
80s
can't
metal.
wait.
Hey, give me 80s metal. Metallica.
That's not bad.
Give me fucking,
Van Halen is in the 80s.
yeah, I mean, Van Halen's not metal. That's like pop rock. That's like Drake of rock. I would say like Judas
Oh,
Priest.
metal where they got big guitars.
Yeah, Megadeth, Pantera's got some shit in the 80s.
So
late 80s.
at that point, Guns N' Roses is the king of metal.
Well, Guns N' Roses was pop rock, and that was the early 90s. But yeah, I mean, Guns N' Roses were the biggest shit on the planet for 4 years.
So
3 years.
Metallica is metal. So you need the over abuse of guitars to be metal.
Nah, I mean, Metallica's like 8-minute songs with 2-minute guitar solos in it. Like if you listen to Master of Puppets.
So that's why it's over abuse of the guitar.
And what's crazy is even like metal people think Metallica's like sellout metal because they sold out with the Black Album, their biggest album, because they had a ballad on there.
Oh yeah.
But
that
like,
ballad is tight too.
if you listen to like for Who the Bell Tolls or like One, shit like that,
Yeah.
like it's just big, heavy.
It's funny because we have the same conversations per genre, and that's what I've been trying to say to you.
No, I mean, I think it's all rock and roll. But I think there's metal, which is like
rap though. There's all rap, but everything ain't hip hop.
Oh, yeah.
Everything is rap. A lot of shit is rap, but everything ain't hip hop. Hip hop is like metal. See, rock and roll is just rap. Anybody can rap. Anybody can put out a rap album, but hip hop is a special representation of culture where you bear the burden of it all and you carry it on your shoulders, and you're judged based off of what's happening.
Right.
You know what I mean? That can determine if you sell another record.
Not for sure.
You know what I mean? And that's not what Yachty, shout out to Yachty, no disrespect. I don't know his history, but I'm saying he's not responsible for that. Yachty can do anything. And it's not because kids can do anything, because Zoe Sama is a kid. He can't just do anything. If Zoe do some
Shout out
silly
to
shit, it's some trouble. If some of these young hip hop artists do some silly shit, their career is gonna take a hit.
Right. I think that's definitely like true when it comes to like if your music and your persona is
Hip hop.
street.
No, but hip hop is only street. There's nothing else outside of it.
I don't think that's true.
It is. You're just saying
I think it
that
evolved. Can't you agree things evolve?
then metal can evolve.
Yeah.
So metal could be ballads.
No, yes. Which I'm telling you with like
Metal
hardcore
can-
metalheads would
I'm
say.
a hardcore hip hop nigga.
Okay.
Hardcore. Down. You're not going to sell it out.
So you're trying to say, because to me it all can evolve.
No, it can't evolve. Because hip hop can never be somewhere where culture doesn't exist.
So let me ask you this. In general, right? If hip hop can't evolve,
It's not, culture evolves. But
Okay.
hip hop, right, is always going to be street urban culture. It can't evolve into the suburbs because suburbs will never have culture. They'll never have they don't have the things. Cocaine plants, coca plants, right? We can grow them here, right? Me and you could get a warehouse.
Really?
And we could grow them, yep, inside of a warehouse with all the lights and water system and all that, right?
Legally?
But no, illegally. But we would never have enough cocaine. We'd never have enough plants, dried up leaves. I think it's like 110,000 pounds of dried up leaves or some crazy shit you need. We would never create enough leaves to make 1 fucking kilo because coca plants don't grow wild everywhere. They don't have the environment, the right sun, the right conditions to grow. That's hip hop. Hip hop can only grow there. There's no middle class place where culture is created. They don't need lingo. You know why they don't need slang? Because the fucking school programs are good.
I don't think that's true though, because
facts.
there is culture created in middle class.
Where? What fashion? Where?
Listen,
They have tradition.
which is culture.
No. Tradition can be an aspect of culture.
Is it
but
safe to
it's
say
more.
that like the automobile industry was in the Midwest was a middle class industry up until it fell?
Sure, but having a job there for poor people was the culture, right?
No, but those were middle class people.
No, they were middle class people at that time.
At that
right?
time.
Right? But I agree. But that's what I'm saying. Hip hop was birthed after they shut the factories down. After
True.
there was no opportunity. After people was deprived of things.
I mean, it was also birthed in the Bronx, so it's definitely
Same thing. That's
different.
fucking even worse than that might be just the same as Detroit.
Right.
So all I'm saying to you is middle class people can enjoy the music, but to say that there's a culture there, it's just not. And I've been to a lot of suburbs.
Hey, somehow we broke away from you telling me how you first linked with Juggalos.
Oh, Tech Nine.
Okay.
Tech Nine. Went on tour with Tech Nine. Tech loved me. Travis loved me. I went on tour with him 3 times, 3 years straight.
Which tours was this? Because I probably was
So the
at.
first tour with Tech, it was just me and Tech and Chris and Cut. Then the next tour was me, 40.
That's the tour I saw you on.
Me, 40. It's
guys
funny you
did-
talking about Joe Buttons.
You guys did Slaughterhouse.
Slaughterhouse.
That was at the.
And K. J Rock. Kendrick and J Rock.
That was on the. You guys did House of Blues in Vegas.
Yep, Independent Grind Tour.
Yeah, I was there.
Yep, it was Kendrick, J Rock, me, 40.
'Cause that was when J Rock had put out that album on Strange.
Yep. 40. Yep. Slaughterhouse and Tech.
Yeah, that was a crazy tour.
That was fantastic when I think about it. Like, wow.
Yeah, and that's why I was telling Violent J, and he went on this tangent about him and Tech Nine almost went to war, and I was like, that's not what I was asking.
Yeah.
I was trying to get to the point of you guys like revolutionizing the merch game, and then
He was like, bro, you should, yeah.
But they didn't. But I was like, you guys share so many of the same fans that it's like doesn't even make sense. Because like if you go to a Tech show, you're gonna see a guy with a slaughterhouse or a Hatchet Man tattoo, and you're gonna see a guy with a Strange Music tattoo on the same you know what I mean?
You'll see
Like
a technician and a fucking.
a lot of these people are the same. You know what I mean?
I always thought they fan base should be called the Strangers.
I see what you did there. I like technicians.
Yeah, me too.
Shout out to the Strange. So yeah, you got exposed to that world.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was amazing to see, dog. It fucked my life up. You know what I mean? And I think it helped even Kendrick. I think that was a big influence on what Kendrick did.
Yeah, because this was 2011?
10, 9, 11, yep.
Well, I think that tour was 11.
But I think, I remember he used to watch him on stage, like, every night.
Yeah, because you got to know Tech, like peak Tech with him, Cut Calhoun and Chris Calico together.
Tech is probably the best hip-hop performer. It's probably Tech Nine. Busta is up there. Red and Meth is up there. Somebody else up there that I'm not thinking about that's super dope up on stage. But them guys is really special up there.
Tech Nine is the GOAT to me.
Tech is hard to fuck with.
I think
because you don't have to know one of Tech's songs.
And that to me is the key.
Yeah.
Is that I became a fan of Tech Nine not knowing any of his songs besides like Slacker and I'm a Player.
Sure.
And when I saw him live,
you'd be like,
I was like,
these songs. It's funny because you listen to songs, you be like,
to me that's different.
I'm not mad at that. Yeah.
And to me, Tech's doing 2 hours straight, no track behind him, rapping 1,000,000 miles a minute,
and dancing,
choreography, and I'm talking like peak Tech tour.
Tech is a monster.
And even like recently, I said this to him. He did a tour.
You ever had him on the show?
Many times. Not on my podcast yet, but I mean, I've interviewed Tech probably 10 times. He had a tour in 2016 or 16, maybe early 17. And it was this was when Chris Calico and him, Chris left Strange. There's no Cut Calhoun, so it was just him. And to me, a part of like Tech's live show that was super dope was him and Chris's energy back and forth.
Yeah.
But I saw him by himself.
Still was good. Still was
and
top
he had like it was like the gangster, the clown, and the king. And he somehow, bro, it was the craziest Tech show I've ever been to. And it was just him. And the way he like changed his outfits.
Tech is that work by itself, bro. That nigga is.
No, he's a professional. Like when he does this shit, he does this shit.
Strange business model is carried on show business.
Well, Strange business model is one that more hip hop labels should adopt.
Well, it's hard because you need a Tech Nine.
And it's hard because it's strict.
Well, the strict part can work, but the Tech Nine part is the hard part.
Because like when you were on tour with them, you guys had rules, right? If you didn't,
there's no rules. It's just your ass gonna miss the bus.
Oh no, there's rules.
I mean, I wasn't no rules to me then. What was the rules?
There's they now have rules. Like if you agree to go on the tour, you have to abide by the rules, or they fine you.
Yeah, I didn't have that.
But that was based on.
But what's the rules?
Nobody on the bus that isn't. Like no girls on the bus, no.
Yeah, that was nothing like that.
No smoking on the bus, but that was because something had happened to cause. There's an incident or an issue that happened that made those rules, each one of those rules, get like. So now when you go on tour with Tech, you got to sign off on, hey, I'm gonna follow these rules. Like Dizzy Wright was so frustrated because he couldn't smoke on the bus, so he would just pay the fine.
Fuck. Yeah, nah, they didn't have something happened. So yeah,
something definitely happened. Yeah,
but they before the rules, it
might have been the Machine Gun Kelly tour that caused them to put those rules in.
Before the rules, it was just I don't smoke anyway, so it works for me. But before the rules, it was just it is very strict, but not strict in rules. Time, like you really do like.
Oh yeah, the bus will leave you.
Shows in 64 days.
Yeah, the bus will leave you.
You don't have a choice.
It has no choice. The show must go on.
Yeah, you just fly to the next town.
Did you ever miss the bus?
Never in life. I wouldn't. The rules wouldn't matter to me. I don't smoke or drink. I mean, I don't even care about bringing girls on the bus.
I wonder what that tour is like if OG Muggs has to be security for E40 and Tech 9.
That was kind of cool. I remember that.
People don't
He had
know,
to keep
like,
running back out on the stage.
OG Muggs is kind of
Yeah.
like he's Tech security
He had
guard.
to keep running
but
back
he's
on
also
the-
kind of E40 security guard.
He had to keep running back on the stage and run back. It was funny. Shout out to Muggs.
He had to double up.
Yeah.
That's probably the roughest tour. His
He was complaining. He was complaining.
shout out to Muggs.
He was complaining.
Anyway, so the new album is out. Cancel These Nuts.
Yeah.
It is
It's really good, man. They telling me it's classic.
it is-
Now y'all done fucked it up for me because I felt special at first. I've been hearing Scarface send me fire emojis about it, and niggas been hitting me, talking about how good it is, and people like it's classic. Then I tweet nobody before classic, and I realized they classify every album as a classic. I'm like, y'all just fucked it up for me. I thought I had something special.
Not every album, just four of Kanye. Well, more than four of Kanye's
A dude told me Kanye had 8 classics.
Okay, Kanye's first 5 albums are a classic.
Sure. See, they just ruined it. Time changing. He dropped 5
No,
Doggy
his first
Styles.
6 albums are classics.
He dropped 6 Doggy Styles in a row. He dropped 6 Illmatics in a row. Fuck.
Yeah, I think Kanye's first 6 albums
He
are
dropped
classics.
6
Yeah.
Illmatics. He dropped fucking
You really feel it?
yes.
College Dropout, Late Registration, Graduation, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, 808. Well, 808s and Heartbreaks was before My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Yep.
Yeezus. Those are 6 classics. I think Yeezus is a perfect
He
album.
dropped 6 Illmatics in a row.
And outside of that, those are the 6 I have to give it to. Now, I also happen to feel that if you were to put the Good Friday songs together on a zip file in the blog era, that's a whole other classic album. I also happen to feel that
It's just the standards has been lowered, dog.
Kids See Ghosts is one of Kanye's greatest bodies of work ever. With him and Kid Cudi.
Might as well say it's a classic. He just make anything a classic.
You said it, not me.
He dropped 6 Illmatics in a row.
Yes.
Fucking Kanye, that's crazy. 6
sure.
Illmatics.
Yeah, he dropped 6. Well, I mean, he definitely, 6 in a row, yeah.
6 Illmatics.
That's why he's got the greatest hip hop discography of all time.
6 Illmatics in a row. I mean, he had that the first 3 records.
I mean, Outkast did 4 straight,
Yeah.
you know?
It's 4 Illmatics in a row.
Southern Playlist of Cadillac
4
Music,
Doggy
AT
Styles
Aliens,
in a row.
Aquemini.
Hey, 4
Gas-
4 Get Rich or Die Tryings in a row. That's just how crazy it's at.
Stankonia. Wait. Yeah, Outkast has 5 classics.
And he dropped 5 classes in
Yeah.
a row. 5 Get Rich or Die Tryings in a row.
Yeah, Outkast got 5 of them.
That's just crazy. I can't even argue because at this point it's like I ain't never heard. I didn't even know hip hop had.
DMX has 1.
Somebody told me he DMX had 4.
That's crazy.
It's not crazy. All this shit is crazy. Y'all, y'all would make it like if I
DMX
listen to y'all.
DMX has 1
This dude told me
and a half.
He told me Best of Both Worlds is classic. He told me Watch the Throne is classic.
Someone told you Best of Both Worlds
Yes.
is classic. You should have blocked them.
I don't block nobody.
What?
I never block people.
Hove has got 2 undeniable classics, and then the Black Album, which is up for debate.
Like, this dude said all of these classics. He showed me all the album, all the Kanye album. He like all these people got classics.
No, I'll say this: Jay-Z's got 2 undeniables, and then the Black Album, which to me is a classic. I think Drake has.
He said if we talking about songs, Hov got 100 classic songs. Even Chief Keef got them. You just chatting.
Okay, I don't know about yeah.
So this is your people.
It's a white man.
He talked, and then another dude said, "I'm so tired of interaction farming. This is the most obvious bait I've seen all day, and retards on Twitter eat it up. No one in hip hop
What was
has
your
4
tweet?
classics.
Your tweet was no one in hip hop has 4 classics.
This is the tweet.
So that's the one everyone.
Look how many fucking views it has.
Yeah. So someone said Outkast, which is true. Damn, 2.9 million. DMX, that person should be blocked.
It's going to get worse. This is your people. That's just the madness.
Jay-Z, Kanye. Jay-Z don't have 4 classics. Kanye does. Cube might be close. I might have Cube-ish. Jay-Z don't. Outkast, De La, The Roots.
This is your people. Y'all just say
Nas don't have 4.
the people said Nas. Man, I seen Nas probably top 5 guys mentioned.
Nas my favorite MC ever. He don't got 4.
But this is the point. Y'all don't understand what a classic album is. Y'all just saying if it's a really good album or you think it's
No.
almost perfect or that's not there's no way Kanye dropped 5 Get Rich or Die Tryings in a row. It's just not true.
No, he did 6.
He didn't drop 6 in a row.
6 in a row. Yeah, you were right. No way 5 because it was 6.
He didn't drop 6.
It was 6. Yeah.
So 6 of Kanye's album is Get Rich or Die Trying.
The first 6. The first 6, yeah.
This is crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I put Get Rich or Die Trying.
And it's funny because people think I'm interacting for me. Like I thought this was a reasonable point.
Oh, I figured
to
you
think
were
how
just
rare it is.
So people think you were trolling for the interaction.
I swear, I was like,
Yeah.
wait a minute, am I tripping? Like, why does this tweet have 3 million views?
Is it safe to say on the West Coast, the person that's in the discussion is Kendrick?
I mean, I don't know.
And
I don't
Cube.
believe.
It's
I don't believe no one has 4 classic albums. There's nobody in the discussion.
Cube, maybe?
Well, I think Cube. If you look at America's Most Death Certificate, then you say Straight Outta Compton and West Side Connection, maybe. But then a lot of people might not look at West Side Connection as a consensus classic.
Uncultured swine is what we call those people.
You feel me? But it's like, I wouldn't think, I really thought that. I was like, damn, there's some people that got close to 3. Like, I thought Kanye might have 3. I thought Jay might have 3.
Kanye's got 6, yeah.
I think Jay might have 3. I was like, Nas probably has for sure 2. Life is Good is better than Illmatic, but Illmatic is a classic. Right?
I disagree.
I understand, but I'm saying Life is Good is a better album
No, you're wrong.
than Illmatic, but Illmatic is the classic.
Life
album.
is Good isn't even a top 4 Nas album.
That's because Nas fans have bad taste.
That's not true.
Life is Good is fantastic.
It was written's better. No, I like Life is Good.
No. It's fantastic.
Illmatic, it was written. Lost Tapes.
You get what I'm saying? Like if you listen,
Like I wasn't really the biggest Nas fan, but when I listened to that,
Well, it's because you're fucking 12 and his goat's Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne is dope. Oh, motherfucker said Lil Wayne got 5 classic albums.
Oh, that's atrocious.
He said all the Carters. I was like,
Hey, you should have blocked whoever said that.
I was like, bro, why? But that's as bad as you saying Kanye got 6 classics.
No, listen. There's an argument to be made that Wayne's got 2. Carter 2 and 3.
I wouldn't even say that.
And I actually think my
And
favorite.
Carter 1 is the best one.
Well, I was about to say that. My favorite is the Carter 1.
Yeah, it's the best one.
I think Birdman Jr. is my favorite Lil Wayne song ever. And then you got I Miss My Dogs, which
We
is
getting close, yeah. Probably my favorite Lil Wayne song is on the Carter.
my
Carter
BM
1.
Jr. is my favorite.
But all I'm saying to you
Carter
is,
2 didn't age well. You know what's a classic or close to it? Like Father, Like Son.
see what I'm
No.
saying?
I
Now,
said-
and then Birdman will look at this shit and be like, fucking classic. No, fucking Stunner. The shit was the shit, but why you gotta just say classic?
You were signed to Cash Money, right?
Yes, but then now I'll say something. Bird will look at me and be like, you just go, I'm not a classic? Why? Why do we gotta go that far?
It's a cult classic. How about that? It's not a.
Yes,
it's not
if
a.
you're a
not a
Cash
hip hop.
Money fan.
It's not a hip hop consensus.
the greatest
classic.
album out of the South is a Cash Money album.
It's 400 Degrees.
You fucking, that's a
by
classic.
far, yes. By far, 400 Degrees is the best Cash Money album of all
It's
time.
the greatest album out of the South. And
That's
my
a lie.
favorite guy is
Aquemini.
Scarface.
Aquemini.
No,
Aquemini.
400 Degrees is better than Aquemini.
Aquemini is better, but 400 Degrees is the best Cash Money album ever.
It's the best album out of the South.
And I'm not mad at that take.
Yeah, it's not crazy.
See, that's a reasonable take.
Yeah, but all my takes,
Not all your
hip hop
not all your
albums,
takes are reasonable.
What's the worst? What's my worst take?
Kanye don't have 4 classics. He's the only one with 4. Well, besides Outkast. Outkast got 5. Outkast is batting 1,000%. We won't even count Idlewild. It was a soundtrack.
Because Idlewild is a classic.
No, it was a soundtrack.
But it's a classic soundtrack.
I mean, it's not a bad soundtrack. It's got Hollywood Divorce on there with Lil Wayne.
And it's fucked up because all these people are like guys, my predecessors that I look up to. And then it makes me sound so crazy. 'Cause I be
Okay, like Father, Like Son is a cult classic.
like the first Big Timers album.
Fuck yeah. I Got That Work? No, that's not the first Big Timers
No,
album.
the first one that came on Universal before the.
I Got That Work? Cult classic. They just
Big Ballin'.
Listen. They
Whoa, Kimo
just
Sabe.
They just put that album on the DSPs like 2 years ago, and I was like, bro, what? The first Big Timers album? Oh, I had that CD 3 different times. It got so scratched up.
But that don't mean you don't have to make albums we like a classic. You could just like them.
Big Timers have a cult. I'm gonna start calling certain hip hop albums cult classics.
Like all them Kanye's are cult classics.
Drake, Nothing Was the Same, cult classic.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at a cultured classic. But then what culture?
50 Cent The Massacre, cult classic.
No.
Great album.
Very great album.
Cult classic.
No, you don't have to put classic and great together.
Cult
They're
classic.
just different.
It's a cult classic.
It's not a culture.
G-Unit, Beg for Mercy, cult classic.
That intro is for sure a culture classic. I was just talking about that though. Songs like Zoom is a cult classic.
Boozy?
No, Zoom. What? The Commodores.
Oh, I thought. Well, listen, bro. We're talking about hip hop. I'm thinking Boozy. Zone.
We said culture. Right? So culture
When
classic.
I say cult classic, I mean like Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2 together. It's a cult classic. The Big Lebowski, my favorite movie ever. Cult classic.
Yeah, they create a culture behind them and people enjoy them as a group. Here I Go, Mystical, cult classic. Here I Go, that is a culture classic.
Yeah, because now when Deion Sanders wins, he says, "Play me my music."
Yeah. And what song is that?
It's that.
Wow. I didn't know that. But yep. So it's certain things, but you just got to stop abusing the word classic. Like
I'm not. I'm speaking facts.
Kanye doesn't have 4 classics.
No, you're right. He has 6.
He doesn't have 6.
See, Kanye's got
Kanye may have 2 classics. And
Kanye's
that's me
got the
pushing it.
single greatest discography we've ever seen, followed by Outkast, followed by Ghostface Killer.
I'm not mad at the face. I'm not mad at Ghostface. Oh, you know what? I got you. So Kanye dropped 6 purple tapes. That's what you said.
Yep. Yeah.
Now, next time they see you, we have this conversation. They see you.
Yeah.
It was like Kanye dropped 6 purple tapes. Kanye ain't dropped no fucking 6 purple tapes.
Yeah, he did.
No, he didn't.
You're right.
No, he fucking
dropped,
didn't.
Well, he dropped. He dropped.
Do you know how asinine is you saying he drops? Do you know what you saying when you say that? He dropped 6 purple tapes?
Yeah.
This nigga's crazy.
Well, go get the album, cancel these nuts. Go to thecripstore.com.
Yeah, thecripstore.com. Grab the autographed copy.
You can also go.
I got vinyl.
Stream.
I got cassettes. I got cassette
is the vinyl
USBs.
blue?
Yeah, it's
I hope
crippy.
so.
Yeah,
How do you get vinyl made as an independent artist these days?
just pay for it.
Okay.
Yeah, I got.
Is this like distributed through anybody or you just handling this yourself?
Nah, Olivia's Collection. I made my own distribution company for my moms. It's just distributing it, putting it out there. It's all good. It's a really great record. They've been telling me it's classic, but y'all fucked it up for me when I got 3 million people like viewing the tweet saying everybody got 4 classics. So
Well-
I'm like, damn, now I can't even respect y'all fucking opinion on saying my album is a classic album.
You think J. Cole's got a classic?
I wouldn't listen to enough. That's like asking me if Tim Duncan has a good game.
He does.
I've never really paid
He's the
attention.
5th best player ever.
I think he's in the top 5 too, but I just never watched the games. Like I can't go back to a moment I ever saw Tim Duncan. It was like, man, Tim Duncan in that moment.
Well, he was cooking the Suns in the playoffs my whole life, so I've seen him.
Yeah, and that's how I feel about J. Cole. Like unless you watch who he playing against or you watching his career, you really he don't have moments that jump off.
Who's higher, Kobe or Duncan?
Duncan, as a LA nigga too.
No shit.
Yeah,
All right, I just
LA
want to make
nigga.
sure you're a reasonable.
I'm
human.
fair.
You are fair.
Yeah, top 5 guy.
He's top 5. He's number 5. Best power forward ever.
I would say
5 rings.
I wouldn't even put 1 through 5. This is just the best 5 players because there's 5 people on the court.
Yeah.
So it don't matter who first or fifth. They just all the same.
That's fair.
Magic, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Tim Duncan, Bill Russell.
I think it could be Kareem.
No, all right, not mad at that.
Or
How y'all gonna do this year?
Shaq.
No, Shaq is not in the top 10. But shout out to Shaq.
No, he's top 10 though.
No,
You don't think he's like 9?
no. I've always struggled with Shaq between 15 and 25.
You don't think with Shaq is tough is that
Like 11 through 25. Shaq could be anywhere because
11.
even as a center, like I'm not sure. Like I wanted some days put him above
well, he
Hakeem
did get cooked up
Olajuwon.
but he got cooked up by Hakeem in the finals.
Yep. And then do I put him over Will Chamberlain?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
4 MVPs, 2 championship, 100-point games, the inventor of the big. It's just either way, I'm fine.
Yeah, I think
He's a top 5 center. I just don't know if he's 3 to 5.
Like potatoes, like you said, it's like
3 to 5. He's not Kareem or he's not Bill Russell.
that's fair.
Yeah,
He's
man.
not Kareem. He's not Bill Russell.
And that's how I start doing my shit at position.
And someone who I hate that's starting to force themselves into these discussions, unfortunately, is Steph Curry's bitch ass.
Yeah, he's for sure top 10 now.
He's getting there.
Yeah,
He
he's there
is.
now.
He's there, top 10.
He's the second best point guard, clearly.
Ever.
Yeah.
Magic, Steph,
Yeah.
Zeke.
No.
Magic, Steph, Oscar,
Yes.
Zeke.
No.
Magic,
Zeke is like 6. I'm going. This is gonna sound blasphemous, and this is probably my worst take. I'm going Tony Parker over Zeke.
Whoa, fuck out of here.
Yep.
Okay, that's your worst take. At least you acknowledge it to be your worst take.
Yeah, I'm going. That's probably my worst take.
Is Chris Paul top 5 PG ever?
No.
Is he
Not-
set? Is he 6, 7?
No.
No, really. He's
he's
10
not.
though.
No.
He's top 10.
No.
You're crazy.
Yeah, he top 11 through 15.
You're crazy.
I'm going Gary Payton over him. I'm going Dennis Johnson from Compton over him.
You're fucking crazy.
I'm going Jason Kidd over him.
You're fucking crazy.
I'm going John Stockton over him.
That's fair. That's fair. You wouldn't put Nash over Paul.
Yeah, I'm putting Nash over Paul.
2-time MVP.
Yeah.
Nah.
And he just was nasty.
So is Paul.
Paul is fantastic, but you got to do something with it. You got to go. You got to get there.
He went.
No, he never went.
He went to the finals and played the Bucks.
Did he play?
Yes.
I could have swore he was hurt. Well,
No.
I guess that's not bad. Yeah, I got to look at that.
He played the whole series.
Yeah, I still ain't gonna put him. He probably 11.
Suns winning the finals?
Yeah, I don't know. No defense.
This is the
Who
one.
gonna play defense?
Everybody. We got Vogel. Vogel make him play. Vogel, one of the most underrated coaches ever, man.
I'm not mad at that, but he ain't gonna make them play no defense.
Yeah.
You gotta have some defense.
I do like this year because there's no clear cut. There's a lot of unknown.
The disrespect to Denver is just otherworldly.
Well, there's a lot.
They're
Well,
like they
but
bringing the
it's
same
because
team
they
back.
No, they lost Bruce Brown or Bruce Bowen, right? Wait, not Bruce Bowen played for the
Brown.
Spurs. Bruce Brown. They lost Bruce Brown.
Really,
They lost Jeff Green.
really.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Well, niggas like Denver, that was luck, didn't it?
Lakers probably had the best offseason.
No,
Or the Suns. Suns put
probably
together.
Boston.
Suns put together the best roster.
Probably Boston. Boston got the unicorn,
And they got Drew. But yeah, but the thing is,
and they got Drew Holiday. So their offense got better.
I just think the dope.
Memphis is a sleeper.
No, they're not.
I'm telling you, getting Marcus Smart in the backcourt and having JJ in the backcourt.
JJ's Jaren Jackson Jr. is going to be out for 3 to 5 months. He just got a surgery last week,
Oh my God.
and then Ja Morant can't play for how many games?
Yeah, but if they hold on,
They won't. Not
don't know.
without
They
not without
coach
not
well.
without Jaren Jackson.
they coach well. I don't know. I'm telling you, you gotta watch them because they're a scrappy bunch.
Yeah, Ja Morant's the fucking guy.
The offensive, but he'll figure it out. He'll be all right. Now I don't know what's wrong.
I like this season because it's the most. It's just a lot of unknowns.
Except we just disrespected Denver, and I'm not gonna disrespect Denver. So Denver is the favorite.
Well, I always say this as I see the rosters currently. Denver has the best player. The Lakers have the best roster,
All right, the podcast is over. This nigga's delusional.
top to bottom, and the Suns got the
man
most.
is
And the Suns got the
This
most.
man is delusional.
The
This
Lakers,
man is
the
delusional.
Lakers roster's fucking
This
stacked.
man is delusional, dog. You stop. This is what happens. It's like when you podcast too long. What do they call that? It's like you walk across the desert.
Oh, you still
start
do your
hallucinating.
podcast?
Yeah, I never
You gotta
stop.
put it on video. Stop fucking around.
Man, I got to get some help. That's some shit.
Stop fucking around. Stop.
just a lot
No
of
one
work.
knows about your podcast because it's audio only.
I do like 20,000 downloads a week.
You should be doing 100,000 views
Yeah,
a week.
if I get videos.
So do it. It's not.
No, you need people to do it. Like that guy matters.
You need one guy.
His life matters. I don't have that one guy. Who the fuck is that one
There's
guy?
someone in fucking Palmdale waiting for you to hire them.
No, then I've never seen him. I don't know him.
You gotta go video.
I know, but you got to have somebody like that guy back there.
What's the name of the podcast so people can go?
No ceiling.
So people
and
can
it's
go fucking listen
fantastic.
to it because they can't watch it.
Yes, it's a real podcast. It's not a YouTube show.
Don't
It's a
let,
real
hey,
pod-
don't let Charlamagne get it. Don't let Charlamagne's narrative about YouTube not mattering get into your head.
We didn't say YouTube don't matter, but a podcast is what you hear.
Yeah, well, listen. Get on YouTube, G Malone.
I got you. I got to find me somebody.
You've been telling me this for over
This is
a
your
year.
second guy like this.
Third.
See, you just find these niggas that just because you in Hollywood.
No,
It's just all these guys are just around the
All
corner.
the people are from Arizona that you met.
See, that's like some of the talented. Joker is one of the talented people I know is from Arizona.
Oh my God, that guy.
It's incredible.
What happened to him?
He's still making music.
Is he
and
painting his face?
What's yes.
He's a juggalo,
You
right?
know he shot Tupac Must Die.
Is he a juggalo?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, he knows he's not a juggalo. He wouldn't consider himself a juggalo.
Well, obviously, because now
He is a juggalo.
He is. I mean, he wouldn't be painting his face if it weren't for ICP.
That's true. But he's like probably the most talented person I know, and he's from fucking Arizona. I don't know why Arizona is this hotbed for talent, but shit is not happening. I think y'all gatekeepers are just bad, and I think you're a gatekeeper.
I'll be trying.
Yeah, you got to really put on for Arizona.
be trying, bro.
See, this is what I'm saying. When you got to bear the burden of Phoenix, Arizona, and the cultures of all the surrounding cities, that's your responsibility. You got to put on.
I try. They all come up here. They all rap. I give them interviews. I do my best
you
to
gotta
push
do
their
better. You
music.
gotta do more.
I do my
You
best.
gotta do more.
I helped my boy Merkham's get on
There
Sway.
we go. There we go.
I try.
You got to do more. This is the point of being a hip hop person. You got to carry the burden of Arizona culture.
There are some dope AZ rappers.
No, it's dope AZ everything. AZ got some real talent.
That's
AZ got
that's
some
gonna
really
be your
dope
next home. You're
clubs.
gonna end up moving there. I own the dope club there, 1111.
I know, because you have you're smart. Fucking AZ, go up.
Yeah. All right.
AZ
Well,
go
listen,
up.
man. Everyone go support the new album.
Please. Stream it.
Cancel these nuts.
We had 1 million. I think we had 1 million streams on Spotify already. So I know people talking good about it. It's
Go
growing
run it up
every day.
and purchase a signed copy.
Purchase a physical copy.
Cripstore.com. Appreciate you, G Malone.
Thank you so much, my brother.
There it is.
What's going on, man? I want to shout out to our family, Hard Dean, for presenting to you another interview. All right? There's another interview coming tomorrow and the next day and the next day. Shout out to Hard Dean, though, if you're in Las Vegas, man. The #1 dispensary in the world. They're our family. They're our brothers. They're our fucking dogs over there, man. We love them. They always are taking care of us, and they'll take care of you. If you go to Hard Dean in Vegas, let's say you're landing in Vegas, you're going to go watch the Raiders, you're going to go watch a Vegas show, whatever. Get in that taxi. Tell them straight up, take me to Hard Dean. When you get to Hard Dean, they will get you hooked up with the craziest just variety and selection of premium cannabis on the planet. And if you tell them you heard about us on the Bootleg Kev show, you say, hey, Hardeen, I heard about y'all on the Bootleg Kev podcast. They're going to take care of y'all, all right? So go follow them, Hardeen_Las Vegas on all social media, and check them out, HardeenLasVegas.com. What's up, Hardeen?